Alright, 2 minutes, enough time for me to grab some ice for my drink. Ah!
Hold it.
2 minutes, boys.
He wonders why I get like it's oh my god, Docs, it's episode 16.
I remember my first time.
Like it's literally it says it on the tab and on the document what episode this is. And they go and find a 16 gift now.
Alright, 30 seconds to Stinger.
Oh, he's back.
Oof, I wonder if this is going to be any good. Alright, Stinger coming up. Alright, welcome to the show. It is Drunk Tank episode 15, aptly titled Naughty and Nice. Thanks to Chris for that. I am one of your esteemed co-hosts, DoxRyan. We are joined by the illustrious and bearded, beautiful man, Titan Naughty 23. Say hi, Titan.
Hello, hello.
Hello. And as always, the Scotsman on top of Titan in a kinky situation. That's Chris.
I'm in.
Hey.
What's up, boys?
How we doing?
Talking about how I learned how to count.
Shouldn't you have learned that back in kindergarten?
Yeah.
I mean, we all know how to count to 16 except someone.
Nice. So what's going on, boys? How was the week?
He
How
doesn't
are
get it,
things?
Chris. He doesn't get it.
I don't get it because it's an inside joke. So fuck off.
That is the inside joke. Hello and welcome to episode 16 of
Is it? Oh, I fucked up. My man. You know what? It's been a long weekend. Okay, fuck you.
Apparently, it's been that long. You went back in time a week.
You know what? Go fuck yourself.
Oh man.
Did I title the fucking stream 15? I did, son of a bitch.
They had the tweet.
You know what? I've got no excuse. I was in the American public education system. That's my excuse.
Wait, whoa. I know how to count to 16. Wait a minute.
Just because you're special, that don't mean nothing, Titan. Fucking assholes.
Wait a minute. I mean, I might have to take my shoes off, but I can still count to 16, okay?
You know what? Okay, let's squash this. I'm missing a finger, so I'm always one short, all right? I'm always one short.
Oh, man.
What's going on, boys? How you living?
Oh, we're living. Can't complain.
What's up, Chris? How was your week? How was Scotland?
Warm for some reason.
It is getting towards summer.
Yeah, it's like 22 degrees today. It was 21 yesterday.
Oh, so you were
drinking.
So you were walking around the backyard naked?
Not quite naked. Like there's like wains about. I'm not getting
It's like
arrested.
banana hammock. You just had a thong on, just,
Yeah,
walking
exactly.
around.
Do you ever wear a banana hammock? They're uncomfortable as fuck.
I've never worn one in my life.
Ride up fucking, and it's nowhere you think.
I've only worn a banana hammock once as a joke, and I've worn Speedos when I was on the swim team back in high school. Speedos, most uncomfortable thing on land. Once you're in the water, though, boy, comfortable as shit.
Oh, God.
They're not very flattering. Don't get me wrong. They're not. They don't flatter well, but they're comfortable as shit once you get in the water. What?
You're wearing it wrong then.
Fuck you, Chris.
Yeah, I'm backwards the whole time.
Bikini briefs. Yeah, let's go. All right. So, Titan, introduce yourself to the people. Everybody knows who Chris and I am.
Hi, I'm Titan. I stream on Twitch. I'm pretty much a variety streamer, but I focus on first-person shooters for the main part.
Yeah, we got to talk about that.
Okay, don't yell at me. Calm down. No need to be hostile. Yeah, other than that, I pretty much work and stream.
What do you do for a living besides streaming?
I work in a warehouse. I work for Adidas, actually.
You work for Adidas?
Ooh,
Adidas!
Adidas.
for the man.
Adidas, yeah.
So you making shoes, huh?
I don't make the shoes. I just get them. I just get those ugly-ass Yeezys out of the building. I fucking hate those shoes. Worst shoes ever created.
Wait, Yeezys are made by Adidas?
Yeah.
What?
Kanye West is what the, yeah.
Oh my god.
They're the ugliest fucking shoes ever.
I'll agree, they are ugly as fuck.
I hate every pair. Every pair. Hate them.
I've seen people wear better looking shoes.
What?
Facts. Not wrong. Like, you should have seen the slide, like his version of the Crocs he came out with. Oh, atrocious.
Real that bad,
Even
huh?
coming out with their
Fucking
side,
atrocious.
What was that, Chris?
So even coming out with their style of Crocs, like Crocs in itself is like a no-go area.
Crocs are a crime against humanity.
I know.
So you work in the Adidas warehouse slinging shoes that
Are
fucking-
ugly as fuck.
they're
Yeah.
ugly as fuck, and little children work at sweatshops to assemble them motherfuckers.
Well, yeah, it's Kanye. What do you expect?
Oh, shots fired. We coming for you, Kanye. We coming for you.
Like, I don't know if you... I'm going to put this in the Discord. I don't know if you can pull this up on stream. I'm going to post it in Drunk Take.
Mm-hmm.
Look at how ugly these fucking shoes are.
Oh, I've seen
These are
these.
what we... No. Wait till you see these fucking things.
All right, let me see what I got here.
Seems like a worry.
Oh, God, yeah, that looks like a...
What the fuck? That looks like something Tesla would make. Like that's something Tesla drive about in.
Those are foul. I'm definitely going to tweet that out later after the show.
Like, they're so ugly.
Yeah, dude, they look like a fucking... It looks
Yeah,
like
see,
someone.
man.
It looked like someone spooged on a foot and let it dry,
Pretty
and
much.
then they
Yep.
peeled it off.
Yep.
The fact that he looks happy about it.
I mean, I can put the link in chat, but I'm not gonna pull that fucking abortion of a shoe on stream.
Right? It's so ugly.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
God.
You can get sniffles that look like fish.
Well, it'll go with your
We got
branding fishes.
We got Chris shopping now.
You know, a pound on Wish. There we go.
A
That
pound.
tells you enough about them.
Wish is the greatest website ever.
The greatest swap
I mean-
meet ever.
I wouldn't say the best.
So you work in a warehouse and you stream, huh? What else?
Yep.
Tell the people more about you. Are you?
I mean,
are you?
don't really,
are you?
I work night shift. I don't do anything.
Oh, you don't do it. You just
I'm afraid of the
work
sun.
and stream. Yeah, me too, dude. I have an allergy to the sun.
He's state champion at chess.
Oh, shut up.
He's a hustler.
not.
All right.
am.
Oh
There you
no, the shit started. What happened? Chris is a little salty. Talk about it,
Chris
Chris.
got his ass whooped, especially the last game. The last game, I literally said what I was gonna do, and he still lost.
What? How'd that happen?
Because I didn't listen to him. That's pretty much it.
He backed his king into a corner, and then I literally moved 2 pieces and trapped his king in there, and he couldn't move.
Oh no. Yep, that'll get you. I'm sure you were like, I'm gonna do this, and he went, no, you won't, and you went, did
Yep.
it, and you're like,
Pretty
fuck.
much.
That's pretty much. Although in 2 of the games, I could have won, but decided to move something completely different for what it was.
Did
Yep.
you know you could have won?
Yep.
No.
Yeah,
What's
100%.
the until after up where Titan went, by the way, see about 74 turns back. You could have done that and won.
Yeah.
Nice.
There was
Yeah.
2 games he was winning, and I ended up coming back and beating him.
Oh yeah. Like I was just fucking clearing the board, and then I don't know. I still can't work out what the fuck happened. Like I was like wiping everybody out, and then all of a sudden he
Checkmate.
goes, "Oh look." I'm like, what? I've got like 42 pieces. Like you only don't even start with 42 pieces, but I've had them.
So Titan employed the Stalingrad gambit. Just sacrifice everything, and then he'll win.
Still won. And I still won.
Yeah.
Nice.
I kind of thought that I was going to be getting hustled when he started hitting it with terms like, "Oh, this is the Russian Archer defense move." Like, oh, right. Cool.
First of all,
Cool.
the website tells us that, and I just read it off the thing. Our last game I was using like the Mexican Gambit move or some shit. I don't know if I can know.
So it was tequila
Basically.
and a guitar move.
Yep.
Nice. Yeah, dude, I got my own chess horror story. My girlfriend Bernadette and I, she's like, "Oh, I've never played chess before." I was like, hey, all right, let's go, right? So we start playing chess, and she Bobby fucking Fishers me into like 3 victories in a row. I'm like, "Bitch, I thought you said you didn't play chess." She's like, "I swear to God, never played chess in my life." I'm like,
You know what
I
she
don't
did?
wanna
She
play
watched the Queen's Gambit, and that was like, "Hey, yo, we're gonna play chess."
this was years before the Queen's Gambit came out. I haven't played chess with her since. I'm scared. She was hustling.
Chess is the original hackers game. That's what I say.
He was hacking.
That was it. Like he was fucking about with the website.
Yep, that's exactly what happened.
So, aside from getting your ass whooped in chess, how are the other games been, boys? What have you guys been playing lately? What you been playing?
Go ahead, Chris.
Well, I played Alien Isolation again. I've been doing that on my Friday nights. The only thing I will say is, Bill Bob, if you're in the chat, you're a fucking prick.
Fuck Bill Bob.
Love it.
To be honest, Monster is just as bad with fucking John Cena shit that he comes out with in the fucking sound alerts. So, Alien Isolation, like I thought Visage was bad, but Alien Isolation is just another fucking kettle of fish for me.
What do you mean?
Like,
Because Visage was fucking crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy, but like Alien Isolation is just constant terror. It's no psychological terror. This is like an alien's going to come and murder you at some point. You know it will happen, so accept it. And then, but even now, the alien wasn't even on the ship, and then you had to deal with fucking androids trying to kill you, and you're like, why the fuck did I come on this ship? Like, I could have avoided all of this if the woman had listened to me and didn't get on.
Well, you're looking for your mom.
Fuck my mom, she's dead.
Why you gotta do Ripley like that? Why you gotta do Ripley like that, Chris?
Like, well, at the end of the day, she's probably going to meet her man now, so we're safe. But so it's fucked. And then now I've got to a part where there's like 1 million fucking aliens just running about, and you're trying to get out of a fucking shithole. They fucking face fucker things have started attacking me. It's not a fun moment. Like, I go in thinking, "Oh, this will be fun. It'll be great content," and then I leave, and I'm like, "This is shit. What the fuck am I doing with my life? I'm not going to sleep for 3 days."
So when are you playing Outlast? That's the next question.
Probably when I finish, because I've got Outlast. I did buy Outlast. I got it on sale. I got like 3 or 4 horror games on sale like last month before I started Alien Isolation, because I thought, well, that will be my Friday nights, and I'm slowly going, why the fuck did I buy these games? Like, why am I doing this? Like, what is the point in me buying these games? Because all it's doing is ruining my life.
We definitely need to get you a copy of GTFO.
Yeah.
Because that game is fucking terrifying. Like, you come around the corner and you see the number, and you're like, don't fucking move.
The other thing you have to remember is it a PC game?
Yeah, it's a PC game.
How am I supposed to run that?
Look, you're gonna be making big money shortly. Spend some money, upgrade your fucking shitty rig so we can play games together, goddammit.
Yeah,
I
fix your
said
fucking
shitty rig.
gas station computer and get it
Right?
going.
I can play Sims on it, so it must be good.
Yeah, totally.
Jesus.
100%.
Right, that's how you know it's a good PC, is the Sims.
Yeah, and he plays on max settings, so that's how you know it's good.
Oh, yeah. Sims on Ultra on his little putt-putt machine.
Exactly. I mean, I can't do anything else, but it still runs it.
What about you, Titan? What have you been playing lately?
I've just been playing Apex for the most part. There's really nothing out. I mean, me and Chris will play like Paladins or Rogue Company on Wednesdays.
I
Other
play
than that,
Paladins now, too.
Pretty much just play Apex.
Yeah, why?
Because I want to lose my sanity. Why not? What the fuck?
I mean, how is that? Like, here's the question: how the fuck is that game fun?
Well, I
It's
mean,
like,
when you play with people, it's actually not horrible. Like when me, Chris, and Bilbao were playing the other day, we were basically messing around the whole time and still ended up with 2 wins. Like
you
we
know,
literally weren't trying at all. And then like last
I
week, you
was. That's the sad thing. I was trying.
okay?
Always
Me and
trying.
Bilbao weren't trying. But like even last week, even Chris said like when I was playing with Spartan, it was just more fun because we were just hanging out, like messing around,
Yeah.
laughing, didn't care about winning and stuff. It's just like playing with randoms is what kills you, or just certain people that just kill your vibes. That's the only thing. Just all
Yeah.
depends on who you play with.
Is
Mm.
now I've dabbled in Apex a little bit when it came out. Like what is it outside of playing with your friends that makes you just want to grind it and play it all the time? Like you said, randoms kill your vibe, but like there's got to be something more in the game than just playing with your friends. I mean, it's
I think it's just trying to get better at it. Honestly, like when it first came out, that's literally all. And I mean, it was on Xbox, but like that's literally all I played for like a couple months. And then
Mhm.
everybody started fading away because new games came out, and then I finally switched to PC and started playing again. And I feel like I fell off skill wise, so just like trying to play and get better is basically why I play it.
Is it something about the battle royale genre, or is it the fact that it's a battle royale plus like hero shooter that really kind of?
I think it's more. I think honestly, Apex is probably the best battle royale out there,
Yeah.
and it takes the most skill to play because you got to learn the legends. You gotta the gun plays a little different depending on what gun. Like you can't always have your setup as opposed to like
Mm,
Warzone where you can make your class and get a loadout, and you
Mm.
know what I mean. Apex is like you pick up a gun, you shoot. I mean,
right.
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
So
I
I think
have to
that's why I
agree
like
with
it.
it. Because, like, that's one thing. Like, I used to play Warzone, not a lot, but that was what I played. And it wasn't until I started playing Apex on and off when I think it was season 7 came
Yeah,
out. So it was like late into it. And the one thing that I prefer Apex over Warzone is pretty much pay to win. Like, you buy the better guns, you buy the better class. If you pay money, you'll get stuff. Whereas in Apex, it's like, all you can do is buy skins and champions and stuff like that. But when it comes to the game, everybody starts off in the level playing field, depending on like different alts and stuff. But it's mostly just about like, well, it's down to you yourself as a skill base, as opposed to buying the best stuff. So
yeah.
that's why I prefer Apex over the other shooters, just for that reason. It's a bit more level, and you don't get just shit on every time you go in the game.
Monster disagrees. He says there's that's not true with Warzone. All the weapons are free. The game's still shit, but you don't have to pay to win.
Well, I'm not saying that you don't have to. Like the guns are free, but when you actually go in, like you can go into the store and you can buy guns that
Yeah, like
cost
you
you
could like
coins.
yeah, like
Like,
like what
like
he's saying is like if a new gun comes out, instead of like actually leveling up, they have blueprints that you could buy instead of actually
yeah,
using the weapon.
Oh,
Is
okay.
exactly.
what
And
he's
then
trying to
it's
say.
it's other things like the Game Pass. You can get the Game Pass like everybody else, which like costs you X amount. But if you pay extra, you can get extra things of the Game Pass straight away. That
Yeah,
means even from the start, you're paying extra money. You're now 20 levels in front of anybody else on the Game Pass. So there just always seems to be that way of being further ahead than the next person. Whereas
Yeah.
Apex doesn't have that. That's more what I'm thinking. Like, I know all the guns are free and you can upgrade and you can unlock the next kind, like, upgrades on it. But, like, there was one gun that I'd seen and it was, like, shaped like a fucking dragon. But they wanted, like, £13 worth of coins to buy it. But it's not a game-based game gun. Like, you can't unlock it. You have to
right.
buy it. And that's what it's saying. So it's like, in order to think, you get good at the game and you do unlock stuff as you go. But if you pay money, you can unlock the stuff earlier. So it's
Mm,
less about the skill level. Like if you genuinely just played the game and unlocked it through leveling, then it's your skill. But it's like the fact that people can just base it. Like you could buy a gun that kills you in 3 shots. So it doesn't matter if you're good or not. All you have to do is land 3 shots and somebody's done.
I can't even land those 3 shots.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, all it takes is day 3 shots. Like, I just think, as it is, it's just got to the point where, see, unless you've been playing Warzone for the start, you're not going to be able to get as good as everybody else. Plus, they literally came out and said that they're never going to rid hacking from Warzone.
Yeah.
It's physically impossible. There was a whole big story about how
that's
there's a
another
company that literally like hacks the game. Like their sole purpose and trade is to hack Warzone.
Yeah,
and they'll never get stopped. So it just seems stupid to even try.
Yeah, like Apex has hackers, but not as bad as Warzone. I feel like every time I watch, you know, like Tim or Nick, there's hackers in every single one of their games, and it's just real annoying.
So, all right,
exactly.
let me see this how we got an interesting discussion on this. What is the difference for those who aren't initiated? What's the difference from a hacker to a stream sniper?
Well, hackers pretty much just ruin any game. Like, I don't know if you guys have been following like Toofy, the biggest like Apex streamer, like hacker. No, Toofy. He's like a big Apex hacker.
No,
he's been like DDoSing or DDoSing fucking Apex. He literally just goes into pred lobbies. If you don't shoot, like if you could be friends with him and he won't kill you, but if you like shoot at him or anything, he kills you instantly. Like he actually got jail time because of all the hacking he was doing, because he actually hacked EA and like took down their servers for like a while. Yeah. But like Warzone, they could literally hack you, and then as soon as they get their account banned, they can literally just make another account and hack again. Like they're not hardware banning. I mean, now they started to. Like I've been watching Tim, and if you get their account number, to hardware ban them, and that's what they started doing. But I mean, like there's still millions of people that are on there hacking.
Are you talking like IP banning or?
Yeah, like IP, like banning them from Warzone completely.
Right. So basically, for those of you that are tuning in, an IP ban is basically they get your IP address from where you are and ban you that way, thus banning your hardware and your internet address, basically.
Yeah, but the problem, one of the other things I've seen on that with that problem is a VPN changes your IP, reset your computer, changes the IP. So that's what they're doing is they've got a computer that they have nothing on but Warzone, and see as soon as their account gets banned, they hard reset their computer, load up Warzone again, and go straight back into exactly where they were. Like that's how easy it is. That's how they'll never be able to stop them, is because they can either use VPN or reset a new computer. That's it. Warzone is scuffed for the beginning of the outright. That's it. There's no fixing it.
Yeah, a couple people in chat, especially Dread, was talking about doing MAC bans instead of IP bans. Because you have an IP address, then you have your MAC address, and you can't change your MAC address, so maybe that's an option. But in order to do that, the permissions you would have to give away.
Yeah.
I don't know if people would do that, you know?
Considering that you can't get somebody online done for stalking at this point, I doubt the authorities are going to go, oh, hackers on video games, that's the real criminals. Like, it's not going to happen. They're not going to put in the time and effort to put in that sort of...
well, it's not on law enforcement's plate. I believe it's on the publisher side. Like, EA should invest.
But they're not going to do it. It's on Twitter and Facebook and all that side today to protect their users. But it's just not going to happen because the police, like you said, the authorities don't give a fuck. As far as they're concerned, they're not really criminals. So
but in the context of hacking like Warzone, a multi-billion-dollar corporation like Blizzard Activision, they're not going to invest the money for anti-cheat because there are so many growing pains that they're going to have to go through to adjust the anti-cheat. And then
they're just a small indie company, Docs. Relax, they're not that big, okay?
Right?
They're just a small indie company.
I'm picking on the little guy. I'm picking on the little guy. My bad. Multi-billion-dollar company.
Afford that, okay?
Yeah, okay, right. But yet you get companies like Riot, who are just a small company too, who take a more active approach to cheating.
Yeah,
they can afford it. Why can a small indie company like Riot afford it, but not Blizzard Activision? Riddle me that one, Titan.
I feel like Activision just doesn't care. They're making more money than Riot, you know what I mean? Like, Riot actually cares about their games. I don't think Activision does. Neither does Ravensoft. I don't...
Yeah. It's a free game. Why would they give a fuck?
Right.
Why would they put time and effort and money into fixing something that they give for free?
It's called sarcasm.
Like, they make their money through sponsorship, so they're literally like... There's no in their interest to put any effort into it.
Yeah.
Because they're just going to make another COD next year, so they don't care. Even if it's not Activision.
Yeah, here's my issue with that, too. Like, the COD treadmill like, what is that? Like, wouldn't you want to space it out and let each game breathe, or do you just keep pumping? Why keep pumping them out?
Because people are going to buy them. Right, exactly, yeah. People are just going to buy them. They don't care. It has the word Call of Duty on it. It doesn't matter.
Why, though? Call of Duty is trash.
Look at all the sports games. FIFA, Madden, like...
Right.
The only game that's going to blow up next year is NCAA, and that's because it's been, 10 years since one release because of the whole thing with college athletes?
Yeah.
That's the only reason NCAA is probably going to go insane. Because people haven't played a college football game in, 10 years.
Yeah,
the only difference that FIFA and Madden have is that the graphics look kind of better. The rest of it's just copy and paste.
Literally, all the gameplay is the same, but the graphics are just better.
Yeah.
But the marketing though
in 21 is literally FIFA 15. They've just it's the exact same game. The only thing that's changed is that player now plays at that team.
Yeah, pretty much. Yep.
Yeah,
and the scripts are a bit different.
Yeah, with the sports games, you're definitely paying for a roster update every year. Even though the marketing is like it's all new mechanics. It's like no, it's not.
No,
it's copy and paste with a roster update. That's all.
Yep.
That's it.
And even then, you have 2021 for at least another year or two, and it's still roster updates anyway. So you don't even have to buy 2022. It keeps roster updating anyway.
Yeah, I don't. That's the thing. Like, I don't get. Maybe it's not because I'm a fan. Maybe it's because I'm not a fan of like the BR genre. But to me, I don't see the appeal of it. Like I understand the genre and the challenge, but like you play 3 or 4 games in Battle Royale and you've seen it all. It's like what's there to bring you back? The Battle Pass, give or take. I don't understand the hook. And you guys play more of that stuff than I do. Like you said, you play Apex and a little bit of Warzone. What's the hook? Because I don't get it. Maybe it's not my jam.
I think it's just like the different skills you go against when you're playing. Like I think there's times in Apex where you go against really good players and you have really bad players in the same lobby. So like you could tell who's new and who's not, and then like it's more. I feel like it's more rewarding to win a battle royale than it is like a multiplayer match or anything like that, because it actually takes skill, coordination, calming with your team, trying to figure out where the next move is, how you're gonna do this, how you're gonna do that. So I think that's what pretty much attracts me to battle royales more than anything. Like I played Fortnite for a little while, but like I didn't care about building. I was more like I'll shoot your building down before I actually build to fight you. Like I don't. That's not for me. Like that's why I like Apex better. I tried Warzone for a little bit when I was on Xbox. I didn't really care for it. Another thing that I hate about Warzone is how many times you could buy your teammates back. Like if you have 100 grand, you could literally just keep buying your teammates back over and over and over and over, and the games can last 45 minutes. Whereas the longest Apex match I think is like 15 or 20.
Mm-hmm.
So you get more games in during your time rather than playing Warzone. You know what I mean? And then I know Battlefield had one that was just garbage. I hope they revamp theirs. I hope they revamp theirs. And everybody wants a Halo BR, but Halo is not meant to have a BR. I am sorry.
Yeah, right. I agree with that.
I am sorry. Keep it in multiplayer. Multiplayer for Halo is more intense than a BR will ever be. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I think it's one of the ones. It's for me. I think it must come down to the competitive nature. Like you consider like real sport, right? Or I say real sport because like esports are becoming a big fucking thing.
Right.
But like in real life sport, right? Like football or American football or anything like that. It's like it's the competitiveness of that. You think smaller team goes up a bigger team. You think, well, what's the point in the small team turning up? You're like, but it's the small team gets to go up against the big conglomerate, like your Hartlepool versus Chelsea.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody turns around and goes, Chelsea's going to wipe the flare of them, but Hartlepool on their day they could always just get that wee thing. And I think in like BRs and stuff, it is down to that is that you're up against some of the best players. So it's you're putting your skill and your talent and stuff like that to the test. So I think the competitiveness can be compared to real life sport in that manner. Is that you might not be the best at the game, but in any given day you can fucking just get that one game where you like look at me playing the game. That was on with Bill Bob and Titan. The first 2 games we played, overall, I think what was it 119 point damage I got out of 2 games, and used to were like 2k plus.
I think I was the only one that had kills too in both games. I don't think you and Bill. The one game Billbot had like 1,500 damage and no kills, and he was pissed.
Exactly. I got one assist though. But it's like
way to rub it in. Way to rub it in.
But I think it's the competitive and the adrenaline of trying to be good at something. Like you look at Paladins, when you're playing Paladins with other people, it's just a bit of fun and all that.
Right.
But you can see it in other things in Paladins as well, where see when you start getting more and more, like especially me, I always feel as if you watch me play for the start and then watch me at the end, my demeanour completely changes. That as much as we're having fun, it's more a case of there's always that midpoint where I'm turning around and going 105,000 heals. I'm fucking amazing.
Yeah, right.
And it's just that sort of like the competitiveness of I was the best fucking healer there. It's the only fucking thing I can do in the game, but I'm good at it.
Yeah,
I'm still the best at that. So for me, it's the competitiveness, putting your skills against better players like you do in real life sport.
Yeah, I could definitely see the competitive angle as a driving like hook to it, but I guess my issue with it is, well, besides the physical limitations for first-person shooters, I don't know how to phrase what I'm thinking, but like I get the competitive angle. I just don't like the medium or the genre of a first-person shooter because for me,
there's the storyline yet for you.
I don't know if it's a storyline thing or if it's just like because a point was made in chat. I think Zim made it. I play roguelites all the time, like Hades and Dead Cells and Curse of the Dead Gods, and it's I hit my head against the wall. I'll do 50 different runs and I'll keep coming back, but when I get that one run where I beat the boss, I'm like, So maybe for me it's just the way it's presented. I don't see the appeal of a first person shooter. Like I grew up in a military family. All my uncles are like special forces and shit, so like a military shooter is just not something that catches my appeal to say something like escaping from hell in Hades or plundering a Mayan temple in Curse of the Dead God. So yeah. I think for me, I would agree with the competitive skill, the competitive nature of a BR or a roguelite being a major hook. But the other thing that turns me off from like BRs like Warzone and Apex are the business models, the monetization models. Just I hate it because they're so psychologically predatory in a way. Because a lot of them are like, well, if you don't have a skin for that gun, people are going to get on your ass. Or if you don't have a certain gun charm, or if you don't have an experience booster, you're felt like you're lesser in a lot of ways than the other players. So,
that's more Warzone than Apex, honestly.
Yeah, okay.
Apex honestly isn't like that because everybody can get the same skin, everybody can get the same charm. You know what I mean? Like everybody can get the same skins for everything. But like Warzone, you literally have to pay money.
Yeah.
To basically get those, you know what I mean?
Or
like
play for
Apex
3 years.
Yeah. Like Apex, you don't have to buy the battle pass. You level up every certain levels, you get a loot box. So you're gonna get cosmetics in that loot box regardless. And then you get crafting material to craft your own stuff. Whereas Warzone, you literally have to buy that stuff. No matter what. You don't get crates, you don't get anything.
So the Apex system is a little more agreeable because they're actually rewarding, giving you Okay, so they're giving you what you need to get what you want, whereas opposed you have to buy everything. See, that's the thing is like I haven't played Apex. When I played Apex, it had just launched, so they didn't have their battle pass system, and I haven't really touched it since. So I'm glad that you clarified that because I didn't know that. But I guess you could see it, and you could say I have an issue with the monetization system of sports games too. The Ultimate Team for Madden and FIFA and all the other ones are just utter trash, which is why
that's grindy as hell too.
Yeah, I don't tend to touch
That is why Football Manager is the greatest game ever. Because you pay for the game.
I mean, you could be a coach in FIFA too, so
every save thing. Like you can unlock scenarios, you can just download everything for free, you can play online for free, you can create teams for free. everything's free once you've bought the original base game. You don't have to buy DLCs and buy skins and do this. Football Manager's the future. Even though it's been there since 1998.
That's Madden started in 1995, I believe, was the first Madden they ever did. But Madden, it came out of the success of Tecmo Bowl. I don't know if you guys have ever played the original Tecmo Bowl, because I am a gray-haired ancient compared to you young bucks. But I played the original Tecmo Bowl on the NES system, so...
What's 1995? Like...
Fuck you, Chris.
2 years after I was born.
Wow. But I am remiss. I forgot a thing. What are we drinking tonight, boys? Chris, what are you drinking?
I made a Sex on the Beach.
I made that the other night. Oh, you mean the drink Sex on the Beach. All right. What's up? How is it?
Like, I wouldn't do it anywhere. I mean, sand gets fucking everywhere.
Hey,
Facts.
Sand in your crack is worth it if you can get it done right. What are you drinking, Titan? What? You zoned out on me.
Angry Orchard.
Ooh, apple cider. Huh?
Or,
Chris, here's your chance. Bust his ass for not drinking a real beer.
I mean, Budweiser's ass, so.
He's drinking cider, so
No,
that's
you.
allowed to be fruity.
Fuck you, Chris.
How else do you make cider?
Not wrong. He's not wrong.
Like, that cider that you make with hops, that's called beer.
So, you're an asshole, Chris.
I mean, you brought it up. I'm just throwing that out there.
I set it up. He was waiting for you. Like, he knew it was coming. I just softballed it across the plate.
Yep.
All I had to do was swing on it.
And he just cracked a home run.
I know. He just made me look like an ass. He usually makes me look like an ass on this show.
What fruity beer are you drinking?
I'm not drinking a fruity beer this time, motherfucker. I am drinking that porter.
He doesn't even know.
Shut up. I know what it is. I gotta find it. What did I do with the bottle?
Purple Monkey Dishwasher. That's
No, it's not Purple Monkey Dishwasher. Fuck off. I'm drinking Petoskey's Brewery Gandy Dancer Porter.
That's too many words.
You know what? Shut up. It's a microbrew. My beer snobbery always shows through on this show because I never fucking drink anything normal. But yeah, it's fuck you. It's this is probably the most bitter of the beers I've had. This porter, like it's malt, barley, and a whole lot of. It kind of tastes a little bit like cold brew coffee in a way. No, there's not any fruit in it at all. Not a single fruit flavor in this bitch.
So how is it? Is it nice?
It's not bad. I mean, it's a little more heavier and a little more bitter than I like, but it's not bad. It's not heavy in the mouth at all. It's not refreshing. Like I wouldn't classify a porter as refreshing, especially
like heavy things in your mouth. Got it.
No, I love heavy boobs in my mouth, but that's not the point. You're getting off topic. I'm trying to tell you about this beer, goddammit, Titan. Quit switching it up. But no, porters aren't very light, and this one tends to be more of the almost got that burnt barrel bitterness to it, which isn't bad. I normally don't drink it, but it's not bad. I wouldn't if someone handed me it at an outing or something, I wouldn't be like, no. I'd be like, all right, okay, cool. But it's not in my top 10. It doesn't have the flavor notes of like that Kentucky bourbon cream ale or that Goose Island Matilda. That Goose Island
like Budweiser, so it's probably not on the list.
Don't get me started, bro. If you were listening around episode 3 or 4, I had this rant about Budweiser. We're not going to revisit it because the lawyers from Budweiser will get on my ass, and I don't want to deal with it.
He was upset when he discovered that Budweiser was the gatekeeper to a night out.
You know what, Chris? I'm gonna jump on the plane. I'm gonna fucking beat your kilted ass,
no,
and then I'm gonna fly back to kick Titan's ass.
We can touch back on that. When it comes to a night out, at the start of the night, you'll drink the nice stuff. You'll drink like your Kentucky bourbon or your drink like your
Captain and Coke, stuff like that.
Once you're 3-4 hours in, you're having a great time. You're wanting something cheap that's going to keep your buzz going.
Budweiser, Coors Light, Bud Light.
Why would you ruin the night? Why would you ruin the night?
But you're not ruining the night.
You're ruining the night. No, you're not.
And you're keeping your wallet.
Yep.
No.
You're saving money at that point. It's only like $2 for a draft.
Exactly. You spend big at the start when you're getting your malts and your really, really expensive drinks. You take a couple of them, get rat-arsed, and then you just start hitting the cheap shit.
I'll never agree. That's the way to ruin your night.
Like, there's a place in Magaluf. This is the best thing about fucking Magaluf, right? It's in Spain, right? It's off the main island, right? But in Magaluf, there's this big fucking, like, club, and they have, like, foam parties and all that, right? You pay €13. So what's that, like $15?
13 euro. It's about 18 and a half.
Right? And that pays for your drink the entire night. The difference is you don't get branded shit. You don't get like Budweiser. You don't get like Smirnoff. It's their aim shit. But see, after 2, you don't fucking know where you are. And it's your best night ever. And it's more than 13 quid.
There you go.
Dude, over here we got $5 all you can drink nights in a red Solo cup. Go out to a bar,
That
you pay $5.
though.
Yeah, literally.
It's probably Budweiser.
No. Some places are taps and rails for $5. I never do them because I'm not drinking shit beer.
Is it $5 each drink or just whole night?
No, you get one cup. It's a red Solo cup, and you fill it up as much as you want for $5.
Sounds like Budweiser.
Yeah, somebody definitely gets some Budweiser.
Taps and rails is whatever's on tap and whatever's on the rail. So if like you want
so Budweiser and Bud Light and Coors Light.
If you go to shit bars that have Budweiser and Coors Light on tap, yeah. But if they're a decent bar, you might be looking at Sam Adams or Killian's Irish Red on tap.
Maybe Corona if you're lucky.
Maybe if you're lucky. But then you also get rail drinks. So like your cheap vodkas, your cheap vodkas, your cheap tequilas, your cheap rum. My hair is just not working with me right now, boys. Oh my god, I'm having a bad hair day. So I gotta tell you something. Oh, no. I almost killed somebody today.
Oh, yep. Here we go.
Meaningful or accidentally?
Shut up, Titan. No, if I mean to kill somebody, I'm not going
to... Meaningfully accidentally.
Bro, if I kill somebody, I'm not going to come on a podcast and go, yo, I just killed somebody.
Why no? I would. I'd want the adulations of killing a stupid person.
I mean, it's good content.
Making the world that little bit better, one stupid person at a time.
Not wrong. Not wrong.
Well, technically, I almost killed like 3 people. So I was coming back.
300 points. There you go.
Well, I'd have got bonuses because 2 of them are cops, but,
700.
So I was coming back from getting lunch before sound check for everybody at the house, right? Ran over to the local Culver's, got me some, cheesy curds and whatnot. Coming back to the house, I took a turn down the side road off the main road to go to my house. I'm a half a block away, and this fucking 16-year-old girl looks down the road like, sees me coming, hesitates. I get within maybe 100 yards, and she steps off the curb to cross the road as I'm still driving.
Bad day.
You know what? She had AirPods in and a hoodie. Like, she had the whole...
She was definitely listening to a sad song. Like, she was just ready. You failed. You ruined her day.
I swerve,
you just ruined her day.
I swerve, and there's a fucking police cruiser in the oncoming lane, and the cop white knuckles the wheel and kind of goes, oh shit! I whip the wheel back as I loop around this teenager. I'm so close to the cop's cruiser that our fucking mirrors could be making out. I look at the cops, they look at me, I'm like, oh shit, I'm going to jail. I clear the cop car. I look in my rear view immediately to see if the cops flip a bitch. No! They slammed on the gas and hooked it right and fucking went after the teenager, and I'm like, oh, thank God. Dude.
You ruined her day.
I did not ruin her day.
She was so ready.
I saved that bitch's life.
Ready. Sad song in hand to just,
always stay on everything just to make
She was wearing a black hoodie and a pink undershirt. She wasn't that depressed.
She was ready. She had the black hoodie on.
No, she wasn't.
Typical emo teenager.
Exactly. Hides the blood.
Oh my God. Dude, talk about having to soil yourself and gut check with gods. Woo.
I like Zim's comment. Like, the reason you decided she was a teenager is because she had AirPods in. That was it. The only reason that makes her a teenager, she had AirPods in.
I mean, she was probably Probably around 16. I couldn't judge. I was doing 35 and almost killed her. Like
she's actually like 25. she just looked
She's
young.
actually 25 because they won the AirPods. They were Samsung.
Oh, shots fired at Apple. But yeah, dude, like when I whipped around, that put the cops in the fucking cruiser looked like they were gonna die because, like, with the it's only a 2-lane, so I went like this, and I was literally going head on with the cop cruiser, and at the last second, I was able to whip the wheel back around the fucking chick, and oh my god. And I didn't
probably
manage to
find it was because you were driving the wrong side of the road.
No.
Yeah, you were probably on the wrong side.
I was not. Shut up. I was not on the wrong side of the road. I was on the proper side of the road. Dumb bitch just stepped off the corner thinking that she had the right of way. No. You weren't in a crosswalk. You didn't have a crossing signal. We were on some local little side street, and you're fucking.
She's probably listening to the Beatles and wanted to recreate the scene, and you ruined it.
I know.
That's not my problem. I don't need to go to jail for involuntary teenage slaughter. I'm gonna go to jail. I'm gonna make a teenager.
He was probably just trying to act out a "why did the chicken cross the road" joke, and you've just like ruined it for her. Like, I hope you're happy with yourself.
I am, because a teenager will live another day to be miserable.
And she's probably in jail
every
now.
day your beer tastes like Budweiser.
No. I buy better beer than Budweiser. God damn it. But yeah, that was terrifying, and I managed not to spill any of the cheat curds, so it's a good story all around.
There you go.
No for her, but.
You know what? No one asked you. No one asked you about how sure
you never hit her, and she didn't get cheese curds.
Facts. Maybe
Double
she wanted some. Maybe that was the
there
whole
won't be
reason
cheese
she wanted
curds in
to walk
heaven.
across. She was gonna come ask for some cheese curds, and you ruined
She
it.
didn't know I had them. How did she know I was coming back from Culver's?
How do you know? Somebody could have phoned her on her earpods telling her that you just left the shop.
Oh yeah, because some random ass fucking brown haired little white girl
store
teenager
owner.
fucking
The store owner hit her up and was like, "Yo, this guy just left.
He's got cheese curds and
He's
fucking
got your cheese curds.
spicy chicken
He
sandwich."
bought the last bag."
That was fucking terrifying, though, man. I've been in some close scrapes with fucking vehicular moments, but dude, she's so tiny. She would have been splattered across my windshield, and it would have fucking headed a fucking police cruiser. Come on now.
Well, I mean, technically,
really. You'd have hit one of them.
Yeah, I was gonna say, technically, if you hit her, you wouldn't have swerved into the police cruiser.
I probably would have swerved when a fucking teenager fucking slammed all over the front of my car. I'd be like, oh shit!
Yeah, that'd be your fault. 100%.
Because pretty much, if you've got something on your windscreen that's obscuring your vision, that's jail time, son.
You two are just fucking assholes.
So the police would have stopped you for that.
Probably. They'd have probably been like, "Sir, can we see your license?"
Sir, you got a little something on your windshield. We're gonna need you to clean that off.
Driving.
I got a 16-year-old. What do you want? Here's my
I wouldn't
license.
say that to the police. I would
Yeah,
not say that to the police. That's a different charge.
He is not of age. I would not have said that.
Is that
I
dead
would have
teenager?
fucked it up in 2 years.
Zim, is that dead teenager anywhere? So, why, yes, it is.
She's at least 18, I swear.
I swear, she's legal. Legal, I swear. Oh my god, I almost shit a brick when that happened. That's rough. Funny. No, it's good. I like it. She told me I was 18. Yeah, chat. That's what I would have said. As she's bouncing off my windshield, she'd have been like, "I'm 18." No.
You'd have told by the age of your AirPods.
But you know what pissed me off about it? And I was mad too. Like, I was happy I didn't kill the bitch, but I was mad. I was like, "You sensitive entitlement, little fucking teenager asshole. You saw me coming and you stepped off the curb. Where in your fucking twisted sense of I own the street did it happen when the big black fucking van is barreling down on your fucking petite little ass to get creamed? Like, no.
Let's do some
He was
mathematics.
probably listening to Green Day. Like,
Yeah.
I walk this lonely road, you know that song? She was probably listening to that as she crossed the street and you ruined it. Like, she was right there at that word.
Wasn't the
Let's
lonely road.
see.
That
You
road.
said that you were 100 yards away from her, right?
I couldn't judge.
So if you were 100
Here we
yards
go.
away from her and she stepped out, and then you had to swerve to me. No, 100 yards.
No. She saw me when I was 100 yards away.
But like you should have had plenty of time unless you were going over the speed limit.
I was doing 35.
What was the speed limit?
30.
15?
30.
Yeah, let's just Google and we'll see.
Bro, she saw me when I was 100 yards away, waited until I fucking was within spitting distance to step off the street corner.
There you go. 10 miles per hour is 14 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So,
what are you trying to say?
What's
42
feet? Well, how long? He said he was doing 25.
35.
Yeah, I was doing 35.
35 in a 30 zone.
Yeah.
35 and a 30.
That's
over
right.
the speed limit.
I'm a rebel, bitches.
Over the speed limit.
Straight away, we don't even have to do that. There you go. 42 feet is 14 yards.
Yeah. What's the point?
So, like, if you seen her step now, why did you have to swerve?
Because it was right. She was right on top of the van.
But in that case, you must have been going at least 60.
Dude, I was doing 30.
side
Dude, look. All right, let me articulate this for you with pictures because you're clearly too slow to understand what I'm saying. Okay, my hand right here is dumb teenager chick on the curb. This hand here that you can see now is my van. My van's coming along at 35 miles an hour. Chick sees me with my hand off screen, right? Chick's like, oh, van coming. Here's me tooling. I get to right here, chick steps out. Van goes, what? I can't stop.
Yeah, at that point, he went from 35 to 45 to try to beat her off the curb, but it didn't work, so he had to swerve.
I did not do that, and you know I didn't.
See, but that's what we're saying, is that in order to have travelled, like, 14 yards if you were travelling 35, so you would have had to have been, like, travelling another, like, many, many yards at that speed. Now, if you seen her look at you 100 yards away, in your licence, with your everything, you should have went, that is a potential hazard on the road. I better slow down and expectant that she is going to step out in front of me. And which she did. So if you had done what you were told when you were learning, you would have avoided all this. So Zim is correct. You have just admitted to
very criminal.
Look, there was no crosswalk, no stop sign, no light. Her ass should have waited till it was clear to go. When she saw me coming, she should have fucking either stepped 100 yards when I was 100 yards away.
You were 100 yards away, so she was like, oh, I have time to cross the street. You stepped on another 15 miles.
I did not. She waited till it was almost... She waited till it was almost to her to step off the curb, you jackasses.
There's no crosswalk. There's no lights. There's a speed limit. There's a person next to the road. I'm going to break the speed limit.
No, not for an entitled little AirPod wearing 16-year-old bitch ass. No. You wait your ass on that curb till it's clear to go.
Save the VOD because, like,
this is why we can't have nice things. This is why we can't have nice things.
No, Dox isn't locked up because the bitch
survived.
Send this to the cops. No. this. I'm not sending this video or this vibe.
We're gonna defend the teenager. She's probably sitting in a cell right now.
She was the dumbass who stepped off the curb and almost got hit.
She's sitting in a cell right now.
She was looking for an insurance claim because you were speeding.
Y'all a bunch of assholes.
So not only does she not get cheese cupped, you've also just lost her out in millions.
Now she has PTSD. See what you did?
Well, that's her fault. She shouldn't have stepped off the curb.
Yeah.
I blame her.
That's why speed limits are in place.
Oh yeah, because you follow the speed limit all the time too, you Scottish asshole.
I don't try and hit teenagers with my car.
Dude, if I was trying, I'd have been successful. The whole point was I wasn't trying to hit her.
See, that's where we're two different people. I set goals and I realise them.
You're such an asshole.
Fair enough.
You're such an asshole. Somebody going to tell a wholesome story about me saving some dumbass teenager's life, and now it's my fault. And now I'm the bad guy.
No, it's your fault.
You see what I'm going to do with Titan? You see this shit?
I mean, I'm with him.
Fuck you. Oh, you know what? You guys are assholes. So now that I'm all worked up, this is a good time for one of Chris's dumbass questions. How do you or what do you do to de-stress?
Get you locked up.
We need to keep the streets safe.
Oh yeah, because I'm a vicious vehicular Carmageddon driver. There you go.
We have to keep safe those 16-year-old teenagers.
Take the earpods out and wait for a crosswalk.
And they're black hoodies.
She had a nice pink shirt on, though. I mean, the shirt was kind of cute.
How did you see under the hoodie?
Because it was unzipped!
And Zim actually makes a good point. Zim points out that at the start you said, I almost killed 3 people today.
I did!
No, I tried to save the lives.
Well, you don't bury the lead. Come on now.
It's called clickbait. Get it right.
I first and then you bury it.
But so yeah, Titan, what do you do to de-stress besides razz on me all day?
Normally, honestly, I just listen to music for the most part.
Yeah, what do you listen
Or
to?
I'll go outside and I'll play like basketball or something. I'm really big into sports. I've been pretty much playing sports my whole life.
The sports ball?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I played baseball, I played football, I played basketball, I played it all pretty much. Well, whatever my school had anyway. But most of the time I listen to music for the most part.
Yeah, what do you listen to?
Honestly, I'll listen to anything but country music. Literally anything.
Why the country hate?
Why hate on country?
I hate country music. I can't. Country music is the most suicidal music ever. Literally, a poll was taken saying country music is suicidal because everybody just cries that they don't have their fucking girlfriend or their boyfriend with them. Boo hoo! I'm gonna go fucking club.
Country music.
What was that?
I have a red Solo cup and I'm gonna drink it on a pier because I didn't get my girlfriend. Woo!
You know, there's a running joke about country music. If you play it backwards, your dog comes back, you don't lose your job, your truck works, and your marriage is
100%.
fine.
But there could be worse things in the world, like rap.
No.
Now, hold on.
No.
Hold on.
We gonna fight now.
This generation rap, yes. Like 90s rap, no.
What?
Not even that. Eminem, okay. Everything else, what? Why?
You're not hating on Biggie right now, right? Like you're not doing that. Biggie Smalls, Notorious B.I.G.
You don't know. He's from Scotland.
You're getting kicked out.
I know Tupac. He's got a couple of good songs, but like,
all right.
You can't just say Eminem and then nobody else. That's not how that works.
All right, so
I just generally know my thing. Like my sister listens to it all the time. It's like dance music as well. My brother listened to it, and it's like, why would you put your ears through that sort of fucking torture? Like there's nothing to it. It's just, and you're like, wow. Like I feel so excited now. Like I'm so happy that I've just spent the next 7 minutes because that guy pressed play.
You mean you don't listen to Sandstorm on repeat like everybody else does?
See, but that was old school, like, good music. Like, nowadays, for me, I just think dance music is, oh, well done, you press play on your iPod. Like, congratulations. Like, great work.
I mean, that's not fair. There's some good dance music like Steve Aoki, Armin van Buren, DJ Tido.
Jazzy Jeff.
Now we're going way back.
Yeah, that's like way back.
Yeah, like Deadmau 5 is really good. Daft Punk broke up, so I guess that's some sad news in the dance world. But why the hate for rap, Chris?
It's shite.
Okay. Like, are we talking rap as a whole? Or are we talking genre rap? Because genre rap is trash. Like mumble rap is garbage.
Mumble rap is fucking garbage.
Lil Pump, Lil Xan, Lil Yachty, fuck those.
Rap, covering everything rap, R&B is just not my kind of thing. Like, if I'm being honest, like, as you said about countries, about they just lost their wife or thing, as far as I'm concerned, R&B and rap is basically, oh, I got locked up because I'm doing drugs.
Are you trying to say that R&B is...
Well,
music
that's
No
rap than
rhythm and
R&B.
blues stuff, no fucking soul music, R&B, like the old school shit. I'm talking about R&B where it's in the club by 50 Cent. Like,
that's not R&B,
rap,
that's hip-hop. That's not R&B.
It's
R&B is like Usher.
R&B is like Usher.
Even worse.
R. Kelly?
No, not R. Kelly. R. Kelly pees on people. We're not
yeah, but he's still technically classified as R&B.
No, R. Kelly pees on people. He's officially out of any category.
So you love music. What's some of your favorite artists, Titan?
Oh, jeez. Let's see. I've seen Skillet like 10 times.
Oof. Christian rock, huh?
Skillet? Oh, yeah, I'm not talking to you, Chris. I've seen Three Doors Down. Like, I'm more into the rock genre more than anything, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, like, I'm into certain pop music. Like, when I was younger, what'd you say?
Taylor Swift.
Fuck no, Taylor Swift is
No,
garbage.
T-Swizzle!
Just before you start, don't
You can't be hating on T-Swizzle!
Taylor Swift is trash. Like, do you ever see that meme where it's like, oh, Taylor Swift is down here, and it shows like the sewer, and then people pour cement in there like it's the girl, like it's the clown from It. That's what I want to do with Taylor Swift. I want to lock her in the fucking sewer. I want to cover every fucking hole we could possibly fill, so she never comes out. Okay?
But why would you do that when she's got some of the greatest songs ever?
I don't. It's trash. I Prevail's version of Blank Space is 20 times better than
yes,
her version.
Yes,
of Blank
it
Space.
is. Yes,
100% better.
100%.
Is it really? Because she puts the emotion into it. She's
dude. I Prevail is way
I
better.
Prevail puts more emotion in it than she does. What do you mean?
Dude.
I Prevail is fucking
like, no,
fire.
you're just talking at your ass. Like,
No.
I mean, I'll give you Beyonce. She's shite, but you don't shit on Tay.
The Queen Bee.
Fucking,
What do you mean you were hating on the Queen Bee?
Sucks. I'm sorry. I can't. Taylor Swift sucks. I can't listen to her. Even Dark hates her, and that's what makes us compatible.
No, I will say this. I'm not a big fan of T-Swizzle either. I love fucking teasing people, being like, why you hating on T-Swizzle?
No, Taylor Swift is garbage.
Yeah, it's the same song over and over again. My boyfriend cheated on me.
No, it's no.
Yes,
Literally
it
gets
is.
to the fucking
Hold
concerts
on.
I've been in.
Chris.
She's always did something different.
Chris, she literally gets in a relationship just to break up with the person to write a fucking album. That's all she
facts.
does.
Called
She
content
has,
creation.
she has no fucking
called
love life
investing in
because
her
she just wants to
future.
make albums. Okay,
Facts.
she just tries to make albums with all of her exes involved. Okay, that's all it is.
I
She
will,
doesn't look for love. She's never gonna get married because she's just gonna end up writing another song about it.
I will say this.
Exactly.
I will.
And what's going to happen is you're going to play Apex and you're going to come off it. You're going to bitch and moan all about Apex, make content, and then go, I'm going to go back to Apex so I can get more content. She's doing the exact same thing.
But I suck
She's
at Apex.
living
So
her
I don't get
best
any
life.
content. So what's your point?
She sucks at relationships.
Apparently.
I will.
Well, there you go. You're pretty much on par.
I will defend T-Swizzle on this one. What Kanye did at the VMAs was bullshit.
Oh yeah, like that's just that was
yeah,
just
Kanye
a
West. Like I said,
dick
Kanye
move.
West is a fucking dickhead. I don't
Oh
give a
my
fuck
god,
about
he's
him.
such
a
a
douchebag.
he's a weirdo. Like that dude is weird.
Fuck him and his shoes.
No, his shoes look like they'd be painful to fuck.
Right. Well, I mean, not those Crocs. There's holes in them.
I know you get a little, you get some ventilation in that bitch.
I just thought it meant you were talking about the embarrassment of actually doing it with somebody that would wear them.
Ooh,
I mean, that too. Not wrong.
Actually, I mean,
Not
it was
wrong.
you.
Not wrong.
Just being, like,
Not wrong.
like that's a fucking walk of shame.
Yeah,
oh my god.
like it was the worst sex you ever had in your life. So you just give her a pair of Yeezys to walk out with and be like, "You suck. Get the fuck out."
Take these. It's your parting gift. Oh my god, that's fucked up. Let's see. What else do we get on this list of shit? So we talked about how you de-stress. We talked about what you do outside of streaming and Twitch.
Yeah. So interesting about the music. Like the whole reason that's
Mhm.
like why I de-stress and everything. So my mom was actually 17 when she had me.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm partially an 80s baby for the most part, but like I was
Nice.
obviously I was raised in the 90s, so like I played like techno, like all that shit, Super Nintendo, all that stuff. But music wise, my uncle went to college for like staging, so like lights,
Right.
audio, all that stuff. But like growing up, we would literally listen to 80s music, 90s music, and then as I started getting older, obviously the 2000s stuff like that. But when I live at my mom's house, we would actually sit in the backyard and we would put on Pandora or like something that would just play random songs, and we would literally sit there and guess the song within 5 seconds, no matter
Called the
what
radio.
song it was, like anything like that. But me and my uncle can also match songs to other songs, if that makes sense. So
Oh, yeah?
like, do you guys know Lonely No More by Rob Thomas?
Yes.
Like, I don't want to. So if you listen to that and then Rixon's Broken Heart, if you listen to those at the same time during the chorus, they're the same exact melody. They just change the words to it.
Isn't that a case of the same producer making the same song?
I don't think it's the same person though.
Well, maybe it's the same production house. Like it's the same producer though.
It's probably just a sample, but like same thing with Ariana Grande. She stole from NSYNC. She literally stole
Oh,
like a
yeah.
whole verse from NSYNC
Yeah.
for her one song. Newfound Glory
Oh
and
God,
One
I hate that
Direction.
band.
Newfound Glory and One Direction basically have the same start to one song. Like we can point those things out at just hearing a couple notes from a song and stuff like that. So that's like the main reason I listen to music, is just because that's what I was growing up on.
Yeah, music for me is one of those things where like I could definitely relate to de-stressing, because like if I'm writing a scene for an RPG, or if I'm like when I'm not streaming editing the podcast, I've always got music playing, because there's something about music that allows you to like relax and be more creative, I think, in a way for me.
Like, I honestly wish there wasn't DMCA for Twitch, but like when I'm off stream, like after I get off stream, I'll literally just throw on my normal like songs and I'll just play COD or just vibe out, just listen to music and just de-stress that way too. Like I'll just play something that's not stressful, even if it's just chess with Chris or stuff like that.
Yeah, the DMCA thing is
A joke. It's a joke.
It is a joke. I get it. I understand the concept of a DMCA. You don't want music, that wasn't paid for, being given away for free. But like the overarching benefit of having like a streamer, say like Tim or Summit, play a song on their stream, you would think that whoever watched that stream, they'd be like, "Oh, hey Summit, hey Tim, what's that song?" And then they would either go stream that song because they heard it, or they would go buy the album. Like,
and that was Tim's biggest thing. Like he just chats for literally 2 hours before, like during his stream, and people would donate and be like, "Hey Tim, check this song out. Hey Tim, check this song out." And everybody in chat would be like, "Yo, link the song, link this, link that." Like they would go to check out the song or save it to their playlist, but now you can't even do that. Like Tim literally deleted like 10 years worth of videos because of DMCA.
Yeah, I think an argument should be made for discoverability, like DMCA versus discoverability. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I've got an unpopular opinion on the DMCA.
Oh Lord, here we go.
So this is going to go time done. That's probably actually going to go well with Twitch streamers, but I'm sorta on the side of the record companies, not fully,
right?
Like the fact that they've got the Autobots that are going and they're claiming against people that have walked by a building that happened to have been playing one of their songs, that's all bullshit. But what you have to remember is in this day and age, look at it like the other week there, you were talking about a new anime or something like that had came out. And I said, and you literally said that they're only going to on this platform, and then said that you're not going to pay for that platform to stream it. So that usually means that what you're going to do is you're going to find out a way to get it for free, which means that the company that made that anime are not getting money. So if you and 74 million other people have done that, that's a shit ton of money that company's no made out. And then you have the people that will turn around and be like, "Oh, this company, they've ruined this anime because of this in the production." You're like, well, they've kind of lost out in $3.2 billion worth of revenue because people aren't paying for their shit anymore. So you can't blame the artists for no wanting to be able to put in the right kind of work. And it's the same on music. Like, it came out on Spotify. See, musicians that are on Spotify, they get pennies for a stream. Like, they don't make money on Spotify.
No.
So see, when Twitch was using that and streamers were using that, musicians weren't making money on it. So the fact that record companies have turned around and went, "Well, do you know what? No, we're going to stop this. We want the money because we're not going to be able to put out our content because other content creators are using our content for free." And fine, because like you buy a CD or you buy a DVD, the first big title that comes up is it's for personal use. You're not allowed to stream it. You're not allowed to show on a public setting. That's the same for music. But people are downloading the music or buying it or they're doing whatever, and then they're patching it out. So it's like, I can understand why the record companies, the musicians, and that kind of stuff are doing it. at the same time, you've also seen musicians come out and say, right, we've created this album that's for DMCA, you're free to use it. That's cool, that's on their terms.
But yeah, but see, so I think it's more the record company rather the artist though.
Yeah, I would
like
agree.
I feel like the artists don't really care as much as the record companies. But like the record companies aren't even like Twitch is literally trying to talk to them, trying to figure stuff out, and they just sent an email saying that like DMCA basically said, "Fuck you, we're just gonna keep auto banning." Like they like DMCA, they're not even trying. Like the record companies aren't trying to agree with Twitch. Like Twitch is trying everything possible because everybody's complaining about it because we hate listening to the same, 5-7 songs all over again. But I mean, like I said, I think it's more record company than musicians. Like Logic, he can't even listen to his own music.
Yeah, which is retarded.
Yeah.
Like,
no, I definitely agree.
And he's even like, I wish I could, but the record company won't let me let you guys listen to my music. Like, he came out right, and said that.
Yeah. Well, I think that is, and I think that's like Zim said in that, that you could literally get rid of the record companies. I think a lot of artists are starting to do that. See, with the likes of Twitch and stuff like that, like there's a lot of musicians on Twitch that have now built their own studio to be able to produce their own music. And the fact that there is musicians that are producing music purely to be used on streaming platforms. So I think it's one of the ones that it's another thing where, like, somebody made the argument that the problem with record companies is they've still not caught up with the times of technology now, where online is where it is. So they've not caught up with that. But what they're doing, as I said, the way they're doing it is stupid. Like, the fact that they're banning people for a use of their thing and they're not even giving anybody a chance to, like, somebody walked by a shop and that shop was playing the music. But they're getting fucked with it, and it's their fucking livelihood. You're like, in that sense, the record companies have shot themselves in the foot because everybody's gone, well, do you know what? Fuck you. We're not going to do anything with you now. And I think that's why a lot of musicians will start, like, switching it and start doing their own thing so that they can do it that way. I think the whole DMCA thing, as much as it's a massive aspect to Twitch right now, I think maybe by late to the end of this year, I think you will find that we've progressed enough that it won't even be an issue because musicians will have brought out their own stuff that you can use. Record companies will probably start to understand, hold on, if we don't fucking do something now, we're out the door. Then it'll all start thyming down. It's just that right now, it's a shit show. And it's a shame for Twitch because Twitch got a lot of shit for it. When Twitch couldn't do anything, because everybody keeps on turning around and going, fucking Twitch are owned by Amazon. They could easily pick. It's like Twitch are not. Twitch are Amazon own Twitch, but Amazon have fuck all to do with Twitch. Twitch runs at a loss. Twitch does not make money.
Yeah, they do.
Bezos bought a company that doesn't actually. No, they don't actually make profit.
Yeah,
They make
agreeing
money
with
and
you.
it goes out, but they don't make profit. They actually do run at a loss. It might not be a major loss, but so Amazon aren't actually making money on Twitch. So the fact that Twitch can't go out and just buy a royalty thing and all that kind of stuff, it's just no what they'll do. And let's be honest, Amazon with Amazon Music that pay for the rights to listen to have that aren't gonna want Twitch to go and do that. What they would rather do is turn it like look at Twitch Studio or the music soundtrack thing. That's Amazon Music that you're allowed to use on your Twitch, and it takes the VOD, the songs out the VOD, so you can upload later on, and it can stay. That's how that's worked. That's ran by Amazon Music, basically. So that's how Amazon's got to run it, is they can now flock this. There you go, you can use that because it's under our rights for the music. But I think it's just one of the topics where at the moment it's shit for the exact reasons that you've got. Like, musicians aren't getting their music out there because everybody's going, oh, we're listening to lo-fi now. Yeah. Because that's the only shit people can actually put on stream, really. So a lot of musicians are losing their discoverability. Like, it's only in like your private life. And then even at that, nobody can really turn around and go, oh, you should listen to this song, because nobody really goes on and says, oh, look at this playlist that I found. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's just
that's another thing. Like, Twitch, like, I know mute your video, but there's certain playlists that are like, oh, this is DMCA free, this is DMCA free. but like you play it and your video gets muted. Like I wish Twitch would either let the song play when you go through your own VOD, or tell you what song on the playlist was muted so you could take it off the playlist.
Yeah,
because I've gone through multiple playlists and tried to make my own playlist of songs that like I want to listen to, and it still gets muted, but I just don't know what songs are getting muted in the video. If you told me what songs, I would take them out and add new songs, you know what I mean? Just to try to complete a full DMCA free playlist, but they don't tell you any of that. They just mute the video and they're like, haha, fuck you. Like,
yeah.
I mean,
like Twitch isn't perfect. Like, there's a lot of things that Twitch do that you have to question, but at the same time, I think it's for me, it's a bit unfair to put all the blame on one thing when
like I said, Twitch is actually trying. Yeah, like I said, Twitch is like trying though. It's the record companies that are like, no, we're not doing this.
Yeah, like it's them that are just being assholes at this point because they want money. It's greed. That's it.
Well, you made a couple of really good points, Chris, and so did you, Titan. And I think the major argument comes down to it's not necessarily the artist that is worried so much about their music not being profitable. It's the record company, because as Zim said earlier in the chat thread, artists don't make money off of record sales. They never did. They make their money off of ticket sales, tour, and merch. That's where the real money comes in. It's the record sales are what the company makes money off of. So when it comes to streaming in DMCA, 90% of the time the artist will say, yeah, go ahead and play my music. I would much rather you hear the music and then somebody in your stream
be like, oh, that's cool, let me listen to it now.
Right, and then either stream it or go buy the single on Amazon or whatever, than them not having the option of discoverability. The problem comes into the music industry, much like a lot of the industries that we've talked about on this podcast, especially you and me, Chris, is a relic of an era that no longer needs to be. Like, the record label companies originally were the only ones that had access to recording studios, only had the equipment needed to record properly. They had access to engineers, which your artists didn't have back in the day. Now, since we're in the digital era, dude, we run a podcast, you and I, with high-level mics. We do all our own engineering. We do all our own editing. We do all our own work and all our own production. 20, 30, 40 years ago, that wasn't even an option. So the record label still was like, if you want your music to get out on a global scale or on a nationwide scale, you got to come to us. Yep. Where now, anybody with any level of talent, be conversational talent, musical talent, artistic talent, can fire up a camera or fire up a mic on a PC or a phone even.
Yeah, like look at TikTok. Look at how many people are blowing up just on TikTok.
Oh, and TikTok's going to have its day of reckoning too, because the record labels are coming for TikTok too.
Yeah. Well, I'm just talking about like people that are making their own music off of TikTok, more or less, not like record companies coming for TikTok.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's more people are listening to TikTok than they are the radio anymore, to be honest. That's why songs are blowing up and streaming and shit like that. Because who listens to the radio anymore? I get in the car, I plug in my iPhone, I listen to whatever's on my phone. I don't even listen to the radio anymore. It was at this moment
that he knew.
That's true. That's literally how I think it is. Like, and I think another aspect of it is the pandemic really didn't. I think the pandemic kind of forced record companies into doing this because they're not getting their cut of tours, they're not getting their cut of ticket sales. So it was a kind of the only way they could survive was to try and get money wherever. You'll probably find by the end of the year when things start to reopen and bands start getting back out, it'll start dying down as well that way, where people are like, well, we kind of overreacted with that one, didn't we?
You would hope so, but then if you want to look at the devil's advocate argument, streamers should have saw this coming. Like when the whole DMC thing on Twitch dropped, everybody was like, "Oh my god, how dare they?" Dude, this happened 3 years ago on YouTube. Anybody who's on Twitch has some presence on YouTube or has some knowledge of YouTube and saw what happened to YouTube. So for Twitch streamers, and I don't care if this makes me unpopular, for you to sit there and play the victim of like, oh, you had 3 years advance notice that this was coming down the pipe, and you chose to be oblivious. Like the minute I saw what happened on YouTube, because I've been an affiliate for 3 years on Twitch. I've been streaming off and on for 4, right? I saw what happened on YouTube, and I was like, yo, this is going to happen to Twitch. And a lot of people I talked to before I met Titan, a few other streamers that were not affiliated like I was, were like, Twitch is its own thing. You never got to worry about it, blah, blah, blah. I was like, no, dude, this is going to happen. And it was reinforced when a content creator on YouTube called Upper Echelon Gaming made a video about the DMCA Armageddon, whatever, sensationalized, that was coming to Twitch. And I was like, bro, you can't, you hit the nail on the head. We as Twitch streamers knew this was coming. We knew it was coming, and a lot of us were like, fuck it, we don't care. Yeah. And then everybody's like, oh, now I gotta do this, and it's unfair. You had ample warning. You had ample warning to do it, and you chose not to. So,
and I think another thing was, like, small streamers, quote unquote, were all like, oh, we're undiscoverable anyway, so fuck it, they're not gonna find us, we might as well just play it anyway.
Right. And some of them still do. I pop into random streams all the time when I'm home, and they're still blasting music, and I'm like,
yeah, I raided someone the other day, and they were playing like 90s pop music, and I was like, okay, that's cool. He has like 4,000 followers. I'm like, you're probably gonna DMCA ban, but that's okay. You do you.
Yeah, like every time I do a stream where I've got, like, if I'm doing like a just chatting, I play music, but I make sure, like you do, that it says no copyright. And after I'm done, the next day when I go review my analytics, I check that DMCA box. I go into the video production chat or section of Twitch, and I make sure there's no DMCA marks, because even though I'm as little as I am, I still consider, like, I don't want to give anybody ammunition to get rid of me, because I like doing my job. Like, I like doing this.
And that's what I said. Like, I wish Twitch told you what songs were muting your channel, because at that point you could just take it out of the playlist and not have to worry about it.
Yeah. And I think that might be a way forward for Twitch, is like, because they're like, oh, we're working on it, they're working on it, but are you though? Or are you just trying to appease the advertisers? Because then you got the whole advertiser issue that happened with Amaranth last week.
Yep.
Like, they just yanked her advertising. They're like, whoop! And, okay, I'm not going to be the asshole that's like, she deserved it, because I'm not going to hate on anybody getting their bag. Like, she's hustling to make her money.
Why did she deserve it?
What do you mean?
Like, you said that you didn't want to be the person that would say that she deserved what she got. What did she deserve? Like, this, like, I know that this is going to be off topic on this kind of thing, but the one thing that's pissing me off with this whole hot tub beta that's going on and all that kind of stuff is, see, at the end of the day, Twitch are not pushing them as much as people want to argue that. See, when I go on Twitch, my recommended does not have a hot tub stream on it, because it's not the content I watch.
Right.
See, the people that are to blame for hot tub streams being big, it's the people that watch them.
Yeah.
See the 14,000 men that are on the stream watching it. Those are the reasons why the hot tub streams are big.
Or little
because they're watching. It does not matter what the content creator does. It's the viewers that dictate who's big and who's not. So for anybody that keeps on shitting on, like Amaranth or any other hot tub streamer, it's not them. They've got their fucking buck. They know how to fucking work that. Like, they've done their loophole fucking research. They're no breaking the rules. The problem that is because small streamers and other streamers are going, they're taking their viewers. No. It's because the Waynes want to go and watch the titties. That is what it is. And do you know what? That's their prerogative. If they don't want to sit and watch a grown-ass man scream at a game, then that's fine. That's that. They don't want to watch that. If they want to go and watch a woman write their name on a banana, then that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, no,
I shit on the content creator.
I fully agree, but what I was saying is, I'm not one of the guys that'll sit there and celebrate that she got demonetized, because for me, get your hustle.
Those are the people that don't want to work hard. Yeah, those are the people that don't want to work hard. Are the people that are like, oh, she's stealing my views. No, you're not getting views because you don't want to do this or you don't want to do that. She's not stealing your views. You just got to be a better content creator.
Right, she's definitely she definitely knew the loophole, like Dredd said and Chris brought up. She knew she was operating in a shaky ground area, like 100%. She knows it. She's not dumb. None of the big streamers like Amaranth or a couple of the other really big hot tub streamers, none of them are dumb. They know exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
So, like, if you want to take another step forward, Belle Delphine is not some dumb cutesy kawaii idiot. She's a smart businesswoman who knows her
100%.
audience and
100%.
knows how to fucking get the bag. Now, the fact that Amaranth got her advertising taken, that's bullshit. You shouldn't have done that. Like, she should have been notified before you took it.
What was the advertisement, though?
All her advertiser money. So any of her advertisements that ran on stream, she got. And when you're a partner, you get a bigger cut of the advertising rev.
Yeah,
they took her entire ad rev that hadn't been paid out yet, without warning, without communication. They yanked it. They didn't notify her, and then when she made us think about it on social media, they were like, "Oh yeah, we reinstated ads on your channel, and we shouldn't have did that. You shouldn't have did that in the first place.
You did it on purpose, on accident, right?"
No,
sorry for kind of.
We just accidentally activated on your channel and your channel only to get more money. It's fine.
Right, and I would agree that, like, Twitch has a right to do what they want. It is their platform. But you also have a social contract with your content creators to be like, hey, this is what we don't want to see. This is what we're going to do to correct it if we don't have you guys fall in line. Now, it's clear Twitch is moving in the direction to make money, right? Like, they're operating at a loss.
100%.
Amazon is finally like, you guys got to start making money or we're screwed. So, of course, they're going to make the shift to advertiser-friendly content. But what they need to do before taking somebody's ad rev is lay out very clearly, not ambiguously, because if you go through TOS, there's a lot of ambiguity. Can't talk.
Today, Junior.
Exactly. Ambiguity in their TOS. Like, you could read it and interpret anyway. Clearly state what you want as an advertiser friendly. Then, if that's broken, by all means, dole out consequence. But don't do it without letting somebody know and then retroactively go, my bad, we shouldn't have did that. Because then you're the dickhead. You're the asshole. That's like me walking up to one of my kids and being like, here's $5. And like, oh, great. And then, like, when they're asleep, snatch their $5 when they're asleep and be like, when they come ask me where their $5 is, like, oh, you broke terms of service. Huh?
Yeah. I think as well is you have to also look at the way that YouTube done it. Is in YouTube, you've got the mature content, which is because there's certain advertisers that don't want to advertise on certain content.
Yep.
Right.
So, but there's other ones that are happy with that. So it's one of the ones. It's understandable that some ad companies might not want to advertise through hot tub streams or angry 14-year-old at Warzone streams or anything like that, anything with bad language. That's up to the advertisers. It's their name that's fucking getting put out there.
Yeah.
But again, Twitch has to come to the understanding of transparency, where it's like the ad company doesn't want to ad on you, so like your ad might go down because if we can't put ads on your thing, that's because the ad companies don't want to do it. At least then the content creators can go, well, that's our responsibility now. You've notified us of our levels, and it's up to us now.
Well, that's like when all the family friendly streamers on Twitch were getting the Trojan ads. They didn't ask for them. Twitch was just fucking playing them. Like, figure it the fuck out, Twitch. Either like that's the stuff you should have been playing on her stream, not fucking family friendly streams. Like
100%, 100%.
If I've ever watched a 12-year-old on Warzone, it has immediately made me go, always wear a fucking condom.
Not wrong.
Not wrong.
Wrong. This generation anyway. Back in the day, when we were yelling at each other, they couldn't handle those lobbies. They couldn't handle those lobbies.
Back in the day when we were in a group playing GoldenEye, me and my buddy sitting in a basement, the shit that we talked.
Oh my god, COD 4 lobbies. Whoo!
PC was not a thing back in the day. Like, me and like 8 of my buddies would sit down and do GoldenEye tournaments around an N64. We said the nastiest shit to each other, and I'm talking like foul, man.
Sims 2 used to get fucking wild, I know.
Oh, shut up, Chris.
Shut up, Chris.
You couldn't understand what they were saying, so it's fine.
Oh my god, yeah. So let's tackle another question, seeing as how we have you, Titan. This is another running theme that Chris and I talk about a lot, and we think it needs to have more light shined on it. What kind of mental impact does streaming put on you? And I mean, if you want to elaborate to you and your relationship as well, that's up to you. However you want to take it. But yeah, what kind of mental impact and stress are you under by streaming and whatnot?
Like relationship with like my girlfriend, is that what you mean, or just like
Any
out
any
of Twitch?
any relationship? How does it relate to you? How does this mental angle? What does the mental toll of streaming have on you and sort of your life?
Honestly, the only time that I really feel like it's mentally straining is when you're streaming for the most part. Like I'm a small streamer, like obviously everybody's like, "Oh, post here, post there." So like I'm posting on TikTok, I'm trying to do YouTube videos and stuff like that. Obviously, I'm not big on any form of social media, but it's just like when you're streaming. Now, I've been doing it for a little over 2 years now. I know you've been doing it for like 4, but it's
Yeah,
just
3
like
affiliate. Yeah.
yeah. So it's just like at one point you have your highest of highs where you're averaging, 5 to 10 viewers for like a good week, and all of a sudden it drops to 1 and you look back on it like what have I been doing wrong, or like why didn't they come back and stuff like that. That's like the biggest hit for me is when I look at my view count and I know everyone's like it's not about the numbers, but like
Right.
it kind of is. Like
It
you
is.
need those numbers to fucking get to where you want to go. You know what I mean? And I mean, other than that, like I don't think about streaming as much when I'm not streaming. Like as soon as I'm done, I mean, she's normally sleeping because I stream late, but like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Thursday, Friday, Saturday when I'm working, I don't really think about it. So I mean, other than that, it's just like when I'm streaming is when it takes the most hit, basically.
Mhm.
So you've been
I'd
able to.
probably say that's actually quite a. That's one of the better ways I've heard somebody, like from talking to people. The best thing that always came out is that it's as if they can't switch off. It's just they're constantly thinking of what they have to do next, where they have to go, what can they do, how can they improve, and all that kind of stuff. The fact that you can switch off
Yeah.
in between starting and stopping, or stopping and starting, is probably one of the better ways I've heard somebody say they're streaming, because I would say that's probably a lot healthier,
Yeah. Like
because
obviously I want to like as soon as I'm done streaming, I know I average 5 viewers here and there, and I'm not like trying to have people clip stuff, and I have my own like stream deck to clip things. Like I'll go back and I'll clip my own stuff, and like normally the days that I think about streaming are only the days that I stream. So like I'll stream from 7 to 10, and then from like 10 to 12 I'll go back, clip everything, do all that stuff, and then after that I don't think about it until the next day when I'm streaming again.
Yeah,
That's about like literally the only thing.
for me, I approach it a little differently. Like when I'm on, but then I think about all the back end stuff I got to do, because I think about what the next art is going to be, what the next overlay look is going to be like, what artists am I going to interview, what's the next project I want to line up. So the mental toll on me isn't the being on so much as being, okay, what on the back end do I need to do now to make sure that I can continue to grow. And then the other mental stress for me is, okay, how do I separate the back end stream work, the on camera work, and then my day job and my family stuff. So I've got like the 4 or 5 different categories that I have to balance. So right now, everybody's upstairs hanging out with the dog, cracking jokes, playing puzzle games. I'm down here working, right? Yeah. How do I manage the stress of missing out on that for being here? And then on the flip side for me is like, when they hear me laughing and cracking jokes down here, are they thinking, well, he's having more fun with them than he does with us? So for me, managing the mental load is tough because I have to compartmentalize it and schedule when I can do what. So hearing you be like, oh, once I'm done, I'm done. That's a refreshing thing because, dude, I'm always thinking about the next project, the next show, the next piece of art, the next piece of merch, all that. And
but you also have a lot of things going. Like you have this, you have your normal stream, you have Dungeon and Dragon, stuff like that. Like I literally just play, Apex. I'm not trying to grind for an org. I think the time it's the most frustrating for mental health is when you're just starting. Yeah, everybody that just started is like, oh, this is gonna be easy. We don't have to grind for anything. But like the thing is like you literally have to put yourself out there on other social medias. Get yourself on YouTube, get yourself on TikTok. I wouldn't say Instagram because anytime you post on Instagram, we're like, oh, promote it here, promote it here.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, fuck you, I'm not promoting my shit anywhere. I'm literally posting it on Instagram. Like, you're not gonna help me. But like, when I first started, I would say my mental health was probably the worst because I was trying to figure out what my overlay was going to look like, trying to, save for a computer, trying to save for a webcam, trying to do all this stuff at once. When in reality, if you take your time and slowly, work your way towards that stuff, you're not going to, as they say, grind as hard and wear yourself out. Whereas now I'm more like, I stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I set that schedule for myself. That's what I'm going to do. And then like Wednesday started to become new with me and Chris. Like I was just doing 7, and then Chris was like, yo, let's get some games in. So I moved that up to like 5 or 6, try to ease it in. We always have a good time Wednesday. You don't want to play games that are like mentally draining. Like I don't understand how people can just play the same game for like 12 hours. You know what I mean? Like I can't play. I tried to play Apex for 24 hours for my 24-hour stream. I played Apex for most of it.
Yeah, I caught part of that.
I was literally drained. I couldn't play Apex anymore. I had to get off of it. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But like back in the day, I was able to do that because I was young and like new games were constantly coming out. I think if COVID didn't happen, it would be a lot different, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because there would be more games out. Think about how many games got pushed back this year just because of COVID and how people couldn't work on them. You know what I mean? Like, I can't wait for Diablo 2 Remake to come out. That's going to be something not new, but new and refreshing to play.
Right.
Overwatch 2, stuff like that. But, like, right now, the gaming market is so stale. That's another reason I keep going back to Apex, and it keeps, Well, I'm not saying for you. I'm not saying for, like, it's just my perspective. For me, the games I play, you know what I mean? Like, I'm more of a shooter. Like, I'll play, WoW, Final Fantasy 14 here and there, but, like, if you don't have anybody to play with for those games, it's not really as much fun as trying to win a game of Apex or, grinding toward Masters or Diamond and stuff like that. Like, I love Assassin's Creed games and stuff like that. Other than that, but, like, right now, for me, I don't really like anything in the market.
Yeah, because I can kind of agree with that on the sense of last November, the PlayStation 5 came out. Here in November, the PlayStation 5 came out. What games did they bring out for the PlayStation 5? Because during the pandemic, everybody went, well, do you know what? We'll delay and we'll redo it for the new gen consoles. And you go into you go into PlayStation 5, like the PSN store, and see every game that they'd announced. It's all coming out in like August this year. Like everything was like you had 2 or 3 games that were. Look at Oddworld. Oddworld got announced last February.
Yeah.
It got announced, and then it came out in March this year.
Yeah, right.
Like, so that was a whole year they pushed back so that they could update it for the new gen. So I think it is one of the ones that, on one side, the pandemic was really, really good for streamers and content creators because everybody had a lot more time to do the stuff because you couldn't go anywhere. But at the same time, everything else shut down. So it was like you had all the... Normally, you've got all this content, but not enough time to make it. But this year, I feel as if you've had a lot more time, but not enough has came out to be able to make the content that you've got the time for. So I think it has been like... That's where I would say that numbers of streaming has actually taken a bit more because you've got so much more time, you start focusing on that. Whereas normally, if you were streaming, all you'd be focusing on is the game and enjoying the game. Because that's what people come to watch, let's be honest. But without having that new content that's keeping your attention and dragging you on, that's where you start thinking about all the other little things that are going on. Like, for me, starting to do the streaming, like, even now, I still really don't have an interest in making it a career or anything like that. Like, I was even sitting thinking, like, one of the things I said, the only thing that's stopping me from getting up to my affiliate is that my viewer count is like 2.65 average viewers, and it needs to be 3 to be able to get affiliate. But I was sitting thinking about that this week because I was talking to Zim, I think it was like Friday or Thursday or something like that. I was talking to Zim when we were playing, and I literally said, we were talking about who, like, getting to affiliate and how I managed to get my follower counts up and all that. But I was sitting there thinking after it, and I was like, I don't know if I would want to even start, like, even if I get affiliate, I don't know if I would want to turn on subs because it's like, I'm happy streaming when I want. I feel as if I started having subscribers, there's that sort of pressure that, well, you have to give them, they're paying money for the content, so you need to do it. Whereas I feel as if when me and Zim play on a Tuesday at Final Fantasy, I have a great fucking time because I look forward to that game. On a Wednesday when I play with you at Rogue or Apex or Chess or anything like that, I have a great fucking time. On a Friday when I play the horror games, as much as I say I fucking hate them, it's a great fucking laugh that I have. See, just no having that pressure of, oh, it's that I need to stream. I need, like, the amount of times me and Zim sort of went, oh, instead of playing the night, we'll play it on Thursday, or why don't we play this instead because I'm no feeling that game. See, just having that sort of freedom, it's refreshing as opposed to.
I think that's more followers than subs, though, because, like, you could play any game and still get subs, but your follower count, your view count, like, I know most people are probably going to get more views playing Fortnite than Warzone, stuff like that. Like, obviously, you can't say Tim, but Tim's view count when he plays certain games is lower than he plays more games. Like, when he played Fortnite, he was going high, but when he switched to, like, Valorant, his views dropped because it wasn't Fortnite, so he lost all of that audience. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't feel as... When I tell people that join the stream, like you know, stuff like that, like Bill Bob, all the time, he's like, yo, I'll sub to you next week. I don't have money right now. I'm like, Bill Bob, honestly, just you being here is more than a sub. Like, I don't really care. You know what I mean? Like, this probably won't be a career for me. I'm probably going to work my whole fucking life away. And this is honestly just going to be hanging out with people that love gaming just like I do. That's more. It's a hobby that pays. Right, exactly. That's like, I talked to my boss at work, and he was like surprised when the day I met Chris, when Anita rated me, I told him how I made like $200 in one day, and he's like, just playing video games? I was like, yeah, just playing fucking video games. Like, I literally sat there and I got $200, and this person rated me with like what, 4,000 viewers or something.
Jesus, congrats.
Yeah. And he was like, that's fucking insane. I was like, yeah, I literally sit down and just play video games the whole time. And he's like, and people watch? I was like, yeah, it's like we just fuck around, bullshit. Like, I'd rather you follow or just watch the stream rather than sub. Like, I don't care about your money. Like, I'd rather you use money for your life, your family, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it comes
that's the kind of way I was seeing it. Like, it's cool having that sort of, oh, I'm an affiliate or I'm a partner. Like, that recognition is cool. But to be perfectly honest, my favourite part about it is, like this, see, just being able to just sit down, have a laugh, and just bullshit about things. Same with playing like Paladins and all that kind of stuff. It's like, that was the thing, like, because there was a couple of people that actually brought this up on one of my streams. See, when on the Friday where me, Doc, Sim, and Snacky and Crafty played Paladins, like, through that entire thing, I kept on thyming in chat, good luck, let's go. Like, you seen it when we played it, and I kept on just thyming, like, it's one fucking rogue company, which was fucking hilarious. But see, just having that whole, because there was a lot of people that were thyming, see, when, like, the 5 years got beat, and we were sitting there going, fucking hell, that team were amazing. Like, they were so good at that game. And it's like, I had people in the chat that were sitting going, like, it was such a refreshing thing where it wasn't about the winning, it was just, you were having a laugh, and it was just, like, people are going to be better than you. So fucking what? Like, that whole competitive thing. So you want to be up against the better people because then you improve.
Yeah, they'll make you better.
Yeah, so it was such a refreshing thing, just being able to have everybody else around you sitting just being like, oh, they're fucking good. Like, that's amazing. So, like, that's the parts that I like, is like when people come in and just have a good time. That's what you want. Like, it's an escape. It's supposed to be an escape from the shitty reality that we're all living. So
there's a couple things you guys mentioned that I kind of want to touch on, because I agree with a lot of it. But when Titan said the subscriber thing, like, to me, Twitch is a hobby that pays right now. Could it blow up? If it does blow up, will it be nice to focus full time on it? Yeah, because I'm doing something I'm passionate about. Now, here's the thing for me. I don't, like I discussed last week with Chris, I don't play a lot of games. Like, for me, on the tier list of stuff, video gaming is the lowest rung for me. It's the least satisfying for me. So for somebody like me to stream or to attract followers, in a predominantly video game centric sort of platform is really difficult. And a lot of times I get like, people will pop by and chat and they'll check it out and they're like, oh, this is different. I'm into this, but I don't know if I'm all in. And I just tell them, hey, man, if you come by, you come by. If you don't, you don't. And I, too, get those, well, I feel bad because I can't subscribe to you because I don't have money. Dude, your eyeballs are more important.
Right,
The more viewers I have concurrently, the higher up in whatever category I am. So that will give me discoverability, and then that will lead to people, following the channel, and if they can afford it, subbing to the channel, because subscribing is almost like you said, the least important aspect of streaming. Yep. Because it's money, it pays the bills, but it also carries the responsibility of, all right, people are paying me, so I gotta get on. I have to be on. Because now people are invested financially, and when people invest in you financially, they have expectations. So like if you look at my channel under the way I set things up, for when you subscribe to my channel, I give you a minimum of 50 hours of content, right? So I give you 10 hours per dollar subscription. Anything over that 50 in that month is extra for you guys. Because 50 is the only thing I can guarantee, because I have a day job, I have kids, I have a dog, I have a girlfriend, I have health issues, I have mental health issues. So when somebody's like, oh, I can't subscribe, that's fine. Lurk. Just put your eyeballs on the channel. Tell somebody about it. That's almost more valuable than actual paying me. But like subscribing, like Zim said, is people who are showing you that they want to support you. They want to invest in you as a creator. And a lot of times, I notice this a lot. Because maybe it's because I'm not like a video game streamer primarily. A lot of times people are so scared to branch out into other projects because they are scared they're going to lose their audience. Like I see it all the time when I pop in on streamers that aren't affiliate, or even on Twitter when you follow Twitch Twitter. You see a lot of people on Twitter being like, oh, I wish I could play a different game, or I wish I could start this or that. But a lot of it is, well, I don't want to because will the people support me? Yeah. And my mentality going into it was like, I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want when I want. Yeah. And if it catches fire, it catches fire. Now, I've had my moments where I've looked at my analytics in a down moment and said, maybe I should play the game more. And then I've had those moments where people look at me and go, dude, if you do the Twitch treadmill and you start chasing trends, we're not going to support you because that's not who you are. Yeah. So go ahead.
No, you're good.
So for me, when it comes to followers and subscribers and viewers, I'm one always to tell you, hey, I might not be your cup of tea, but that's fine. There's 10,000 other people. Go find somebody that you vibe with. If I'm not your vibe, I'm not going to say you have to stay. If I'm not your vibe, I'm going to be like, go check this guy out. Go check that guy out. Go check that out.
I'm not going to change my vibe for you.
Right, exactly. Yeah. I noticed. I don't get it, but I've sat in streams where people are like, oh, I subbed, you need to do this now. No, the fuck I don't.
Right, yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and fucking do what you say because you gave me $5. I work a full-time job. My bills are paid. I don't need your $5. If that's your mentality, get the fuck out.
Yeah. But I actually had someone go to me the one day on Instagram. They messaged me because they were following the stream and stuff, and he's like, I want to branch out, but I know if I leave Fortnite that these people aren't going to follow me. And I'm like, my best advice to give you is do whatever you want. Yep. One, because the people that are saying that aren't really there to support you. They're there to support the game.
Facts.
Your real followers or your real viewers are going to follow you no matter what game you do, no matter what you do. Those are the people you want, not the fake followers that are just there for the game. And and then he started branching out and playing other games, so...
Yeah, I think the best piece of advice I could give anybody is just shit. I had it and then I lost it. The one thing what you said is you want the followers that are there for you, and they're there invested in you as the content creator, as the talent. A lot of times I make the analogy that for me streaming is like bartending. Whatever I'm doing that night is the drink you're being served. Yep. So when you come into my channel, I know your name, I know your story, I know what you like, I know where you're from. And I'm gonna remember those those telltale signs, because that's me doing you the service that you are paying for. Like whenever Monster rolls in, I know Monster has a daughter and his girlfriend does his thing, and I know all that. So when he drops in, I'm like, hey, how's this? Blah 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 blah. So because I worked as a bartender for a while and I made big fucking money, because it wasn't about what I looked like or where the bar was. It was, I know you. And I'm not talking like we're friends, because a lot of times I don't say I have fans or subscribers. I just have supporters and viewers, because I'm providing you a service by being the voice in the background, or being that someone you can come and be like, yo, my day sucked. And I'll be like, all right, tell me about it. Yeah. But that doesn't mean that like I'm your friend necessarily. I'm friendly. I appreciate you. I'm here for you. But when it comes to like somebody who's like, but I thought we were friends. No, don't get it twisted. I'm a Twitch streamer. I'm here for you. But you know, like, because a lot of times you see these horror stories, and it's a lot with female streamers, that these viewers get invested and they think, well, but I subscribed to you. I donated all this money to you. You should date me. We're friends. No. I'm providing you a service, and you're paying for that, whether with your follow, with your eyeballs, or with your money.
Superman is going to go and date you because you went and seen the DC movie. Like,
yeah, it's
the same thing.
It's a hard line to walk, especially, and it's a hard one for people to understand, because either you're not in the profession that we are, and you know, you can only say that to people who do it, or because a lot of streamers are so personal with their communities. Like, I know all you guys that are in chat right now, and I know you guys that I'm with, we're all friends because we're here day in and day out with everybody.
Yep.
But for like somebody who's come by 2 or 3 times, to expect that same level of intimacy or understanding, it's hard for them. And a lot of times mistakes can be made when people want to be like, no, I want you to subscribe and I'll do whatever you want. Don't do that. Don't worry about it. You know, does that make sense?
That's how I kind of think. Like it's weird, because Twitch is one of my like personal expenses. Twitch is one of my biggest ones a month, because see, like the sub thing, I don't necessarily sub to anybody because I necessarily enjoy their content or the games that they play and all that kind of stuff. The reason I sub to people is because the person that I'm subbing to is either a good person that I can vibe with, or someone that I personally see deserves that little bit of help. In that sense, like, the way I see it is, the likes of like you two, I'm sub to you two. I think I'm sitting with 9 months or something like that on you two guys.
Yeah.
The amount of times I'm able to get into your streams with just like work or time and all that kind of stuff gets limited, but it is like, I wouldn't turn around and go, oh well, I don't see your streams that much, I'm going to stop paying it. Because the way I see it is, that £5 a month, like, which is literally all it is, like, for each £5 a month, is that little extra kicker that kind of goes, as much as I'm not here, I want to still see you there, because when I'm up there, I can see you guys having a fucking great time. And if it costs me a £5 to see you having a good time, it's worth the money. But throughout Twitch, I think I'm sitting at something like £55 a month on subs. Now, like, Monster in chat, I get into one of his streams for 20 minutes, maybe once a week, twice a week.
Yeah, me too.
I'm not going to stop subbing to him, because whenever I do get into his chat, he's always having a good laugh. And the way he interacts with his community, like you say, it's you've got certain people that come in after 3 times and want that intimacy that they can't get.
Like, you remember me? No, you said 2 words in chat. How am I supposed to remember you?
Yeah, but like, for like Monster and you guys, I maybe only be in your chat for 10 minutes, but the recognition that I get for you guys are a lot better. And for that, I kind of think that's why I'm happy to kind of stick around and put in my money, because at the end of the day, you guys are having a good time, you guys are vibing, and when I come in, like normally when I come into the Twitch streams, it's after I've had a shitty day at work or I've just had a shitty time at it. But coming into each, the streams, it gives you that sort of de-stressing of, well, thank fuck I'm in a community that actually give a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for me, that's why, as much as to somebody else, it might be a lot of money, but to me, it's like, for the sake of that money, one, there's a bunch of people that are having a great time and are still going to have a great time, and there's a bunch of people that I can go in and just enjoy myself with. So that's how I see the sub thing, is it's less about helping somebody create the content, but it's more about, I want to see you succeed.
Yeah.
Like, I want to see you still doing this because it makes me happy seeing you do the happy things. Like I said to you last week, it had been so long since I'd came into a stream and you were genuinely having a great time. It was just like you were laughing, you were joking, you were just bullshitting with Spartan and that. And it was like such a refreshing take from the kind of yelling at random people because they weren't good at the game, even though they were beating you. They weren't good at the game.
Shut up, Chris.
But like, I understand, like that's just the game or lifestyle. Yeah. But like that stream, it was genuinely just such a nice thing to see that you were just having a good time. And it was the same with Dox when he was playing like certain games that you could see he wasn't really enjoying the games. It was just there. And then when you look at him when he does like the RPGs and stuff like that, it's like a completely different stream and vibe in the stream. So yeah. It's like, and like that's kind of how I've been looking at my streaming career, if you want to think it like that. Like when I think it, like Football Manager, I can average 6-7 viewers on Football Manager, but I don't want to play Football Manager every night. Yeah, on right. Final Fantasy with Zim, I average 1 to 2 viewers. That's not going to fucking stop me because I have a great fucking time with Zim. And at the end of the day, if that was the case, I wouldn't stream it, but I'd still be playing with Zim because I enjoy that night playing with Zim. And it's the same with like when we play Paladins or something like that on Wedding. Like you maybe only get 2-3 viewers, but I really don't give a fuck because during those hours, I'm having a great time. If nobody wants to come and watch, then I'm cool with that. But now and again, you get odd people that come in and just see that you're having a good time, and that's like that's what I want to see. I want to come into somebody's stream and see them enjoying themselves, even if it's the most obscure game in the fucking world. Like Zim is one of the best, and same with Dox, but Zim's one of the best people for that sort of content, where he just plays some of the most obscure games that maybe not get you the viewer counts, but see the actual content and just the vibe that comes from the stream. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I fell asleep to Zim's stream plenty of fucking time because it is just the vibe that comes from it. I'll literally just stick it on the telly while I'm getting into my bed and end up waking up and Zim's offline and it's like, oh fuck. But that's just how I see it.
Zim's watching you in bed, bro.
I apologize for the noise above they're moving stuff around upstairs, so I'm trying to keep it low, but if there is some noise coming through, don't worry about it. They're just moving shit around. Anyway,
Zim's watching you in bed, bro.
he's laying in bed fantasizing about Zim's voice.
He doesn't have to, it's on the TV.
Well, here's a quick. We're coming up on the 2-hour mark. We usually go about half past or 45. So I got a couple questions. Let's rapid fire at them. Best game of all time, or most game you have the most fondest memories for?
Halo 2.
Halo 2. What about you, Chris?
You're just going to laugh at me?
No.
The Sims 2.
The Sims 1, I still think, was one of the great... Like, on a personal level, between The Sims 1 and Ultimate Football Manager 1998, those are the two games that I had. But the reason why, like, Ultimate Football Manager, the reason why that's one of my favourite games of all time is because me and my brother never really... Like, as much as we loved each other, we were always against each other just because that's what siblings does. Ultimate Football Manager was one of the first and only games that me and my brother played together. That and SmackDown, the first SmackDown for PlayStation 1, was the game that it was the game that I got to have a relationship with my brother. And The Sims 1 was the game that I got to have a relationship with my sister. Because we would just sit, like, I would watch her play, she would watch. It was like the original streaming where you would just watch your sibling play the game. And that's why Sims 1 and Ultimate Soccer Manager 1998 are my favourite and best games for memory.
Yeah, I would say Halo 2 for me, because that was the game I played most with my dad, actually. But like playing just for myself would probably be Final Fantasy 11.
Nice. For me, the most fun memories I have are a couple games. The original Mario Kart.
Nice.
Because it's just it hit at a time where like me and my siblings were old enough to really like hang out, and just being able to put them in battle mode and murder them mercilessly. That was a good one. And then another really good one for me was the original Bard's Tale on the PC way back in the day, because it was the first game that I had really felt invested in a character, because you got to make your own character. You got to progress through this epic storyline of crawling through these dungeons, saving a kingdom, and it was your character. You designed it, you named it, and it didn't come with a mini map. It didn't come with any aid. You had to like graph your own maps out. So like the story you could, Jesus Christ, the story you could tell your friend. I was like, dude, I was in a dungeon and I went right and I died, but if I went left, just the ability to have a story that you could be a part of in the original Bard's Tale was something that I'll always remember. And that's way back. I'm talking like the first couple like PC back days. Like,
so what? You're like 70, right?
Shut up! I'm 42 in July. Kiss my ass.
They made that game just after the invention of the wheel.
Exactly. Yeah. So, all right. Here's another quick one. If streaming wasn't a job, what would you guys be doing?
Working, honestly, probably just doing what I'm doing now.
Well, no. Phrase it like your dream job. If streaming wasn't an option for like your dream job, what's the dream job?
Why would you dream about job?
Shut up! You know what I mean, Chris. Fine. Your ideal profession. If streaming's not an option,
with lots of money, lottery win.
Honestly, I don't know.
You don't know? That's fair.
To be honest, I'm kind of already in my dream job.
Logistics?
See, driving, logistics, being able to drive up and down the country with the freedom of, like, because that's one of the reasons why I'm so content with myself and the alone time, is because I can literally be on the road for 18 hours by myself with an audio book or music. Like, I just having that freedom alone up and down the country, seeing the views, seeing the people, just like that to me, like I'm in a dream job. I mean, it's the other aspects of the job that's shit, but like the actual driving and just traveling, that's what I'd be. I'd do this. Like I'm doing what I want.
I think if I had to pick, and I actually went to college for it, I'd probably pick game design, to be honest. So I still had some connection to gaming.
Yeah,
that's a great thing. I think that would be cool. See, being like having that.
You know what I mean? Like being a gamer and being behind the scenes at the same time. You know, you have a better aspect of what gamers would like.
Yeah. Like, I think that would be, as much as I don't think it would be my dream kind of thing, like, it would be pretty cool, see, having that input on things that bring so many millions of people happiness.
Yep.
Like, having that in your fucking back, that would be quite, it must be like, I know it's like a underappreciated job.
Yeah.
Like, I know a lot of people really care. It's like anime and animation. Animators can spend 10 years of their life fucking making one movie.
Yeah.
And they don't get the recognition of the hard work that went into it, because all everybody sees is the hour and a half that's came from it. So I think it's such an underappreciated role in the world. But it must be, like, personally, maybe not having that recognition, but knowing yourself that you fucking gave those people that sort of happiness in their life must be fulfilling in itself. Like, it has to be. Like,
absolutely, I agree.
Yeah.
What about you, Dox?
For me, it's kind of tricky because as a kid, there were jobs I really wanted to do because of the way
Space Cowboy.
No, God, no. Growing up the way I did, like I kind of grew up really poor, and my mom worked a lot, so I kind of had those wish fulfillment career ideas. Like I wanted to be a professional athlete at one point because like I love sports, I still do. So a professional athlete was a big one for me. But then I got a little older, and then, you know, I wanted to be a marine biologist because I love animals and I love the ocean.
Yeah.
Like, I'm obsessed. I'm as obsessed with the ocean as Chris is space. Like, come on. Like, I love the whole unknown of the oceans. Like, I want to know what's down there. But then on the flip side, I don't, because I got an overactive imagination, and I'm like, something's going to kill me out of the dark. So,
yeah.
But now, as I've sort of matured, it's a thing that I never even considered because it was never given to me as an option. I would either want to be like a voice actor or like somebody that probably a voice actor more than anything, or because I love telling stories. I love doing stupid accents. I love being entertaining in some form. And to be able to bring a smile to a kid's face by bringing your character to life, be like an Optimus Prime character or a G.I. Joe character, something that somebody could equate my voice to a childhood memory to bring them happiness or bring them something through a tough situation, that would totally be it. So like now that I've had time, because initially voice acting and entertaining was never even an option. It was something I could never consider because it was always like, you got to do something that's going to make you money. Yeah. So, you know, where's the money? Professional athlete, scientist, something, you know, big brain stuff. But now I feel that, if anything, I'd love to be a voice actor. I know they don't make as much as real actors, unless you're, you know, Matt Mercer and Steve Bloom and Troy Baker and stuff. But, like, yeah, having the ability to change someone's world by being a voice or something that they, you know. I loved my Transformers. Like, I still love the original Optimus Prime because of that voice. Like, even now I can hear Peter Cullen's voice in my head, like, when I'm, you know, when I think back about it. There's such an indelible connection to that voice and that character to be able to articulate something or be able to touch somebody on that level would just, it'd be my ultimate, which is why I like doing RPGs and the voice acting stuff that I do now. Mm-hmm. Because it allows me to create a character that maybe somewhere somebody hears it and goes, yo, that was dope. Or that thing that Dox pulled off as that character. Or like when I do voice work for Monster or Professor for Silver, I've gotten a lot of people coming and going, dude, you're Bones? You're Marvin? That is such a gratifying thing. And it's not even gratifying from an ego perspective. It's just that I've had a couple people say, yo, I was having a shit day. I tuned into Silverstream, and then Bones said something, and I laughed my ass off because what Bones said to Silver, and then Silver played off Bones, it made my night. And that right there is, like, it's amazing to me. So, yeah, being a voice actor would be, like, the tops. You know, just being able to change somebody's view just off of my voice would be ideal for me.
Now, 10 years time, Titan, you make the game, Dox voices it, I'll ship it.
There it is.
Logistical.
Figure it the fuck out.
There it is. All right, let's do one more before we jump into the happy endings because we're coming up on that time. Let's see. I don't want to bring it down, but do you have any regrets about starting Twitch, either of you?
No, I've met so many.
Sound alerts and Bill Bob.
Oh, that's your fault. That's your fault for putting
Yeah, you brought that on yourself.
You did that to yourself. Honestly, no, I've met so many awesome people through streaming. I honestly don't regret anything.
Yeah. What about you, Chris, besides the cheekiness that you just said?
To be honest, I'd probably have to say, like, as much as you can shit on Twitch, if it wasn't for me, one evening having a depressive mood, stumbling onto YouTube, finding a certain streamer, then going onto Twitch to watch said streamer that then raided another streamer, I wouldn't have met any's.
Facts.
So genuinely, Twitch and streaming has actually gave me like a whole new aspect to my life. So
world.
like, I can't have any regrets on it. Like, plus you don't have any regrets; you have lessons.
Facts. Me personally, nah, I don't. I mean, it's for me with the way I approach it. Sometimes there's long hours and there's deadlines with editing the podcast and trying to get art approvals and designing overlays to kind of keep things fresh and designing new sound alerts for people to play with. That's all been learning experiences for me. That's all allowed me to chase things that I don't or wouldn't have the ability to learn or chase before. You know, and the big one for me is like Chris and Titan said, man, like I've met so many interesting and cool people, not just streamers, but like some of the viewers that come in. Like I have viewers from the Netherlands that come in regularly and talk to me constantly. I have a viewer from Singapore who always pops in, and I'm always asking him how Singapore. Cool. Yeah, Kai's really dope, and Kai is challenged. He has some challenges that he has to work for it, and he's like, dude, I come in your stream and you make me laugh, and you like say hi and ask me how my day is. It's just the connections I've been able to make are well worth whatever negative feelings I would have towards it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So it's about that time where we roll into what we call the happy endings. Now, for those of you that are new or just tuning in on all major podcast platforms, look how smooth that was. We do the happy ending. And what that is we highlight stories from around the world that leave a positive spin, maybe brighten your day a little bit, maybe inform you about some stuff you might not have known about. Now, Titan, do you have a happy ending story or no?
Yeah, you guys got this.
All right, cool. Chris, I went first last week, so we will jump into yours first. You introduce it while I get the links and shit, brother.
Yeah, well, it's called A Victory for Our Planet. Basically, what's happened is, I think it was maybe episode 5 or 6, you mentioned about BP getting, or was it BP that got shit on in the courts?
Yes, BP, yeah. It was BP, yeah.
Well, basically what's happened is over in Holland, Shell has been shit on by the courts. Basically what happened is all these companies have been told that they have to start, like they've all came out with their initiatives that by 2030 they're going to have cut their emissions by X amount, and by 2050 they're going to be like a complete clean company that's gone and all that kind of stuff. But the Shell turned around and said, like earlier this year, that what they wanted to do was cut emissions by 20% by 2030, and then have I'll get the word for it because I want to actually think it. Where is it? Aye, becoming carbon neutral by 2050. Yeah. So it means basically becoming like a clean energy company. But the Dutch courts have basically said that what they have to do is cut or reduce their emissions by 45% by 2030. So basically, like, your 20%, shove it, double that bitch. And thing me, and then I don't think they've really said anything on the carbon neutral thing, but they've basically just shit all of them. Like, there was such a, like, I've seen this kind of before when they were talking about it, and the fact that like Shell were actually bringing up saying that it was impossible and they couldn't do this, you couldn't do that. And then when they were actually, there was another story that I haven't actually linked, but when they were thinking about in the courts, basically Shell kind of won the court for the court, because Shell tried to argue that it was impossible, they couldn't cut by that and they couldn't cut, so they shared all this evidence to prove it. And it basically just proved that they could cut it by 45% by 2030. So the courts went, oh, well, that's the number.
Thanks, assholes.
You did the work for us, asshole.
Yeah. So that's what they think me. So like that's what it says. The court ruled that the corporation wasn't moving fast enough and ordered the energy firm to go further. So they've basically, it's been dubbed as a monumental victory for the planet and a big leap towards a livable future. Because these are the companies, like you said, like BP, with the emissions that were coming out. It was a similar scandal to the Volkswagen, where they were saying that their cars were only emitting X amount, and then it turned out it was doubled that. They were just being scummy bastards. So basically, Shell, like you have seen, Shell have tried to make big moves. Like they've got like the less fucking unleaded petrol and shit and the diesel, and then they've started and putting in like electric standpoints in each of their gas stations and that. But it's just another step where the courts have, like, it's one of the ones, like it's another conglomerate that was normally protected by the government that the courts have went, actually, no, go fuck yourself. It's another win of people actually taking the fucking environment serious now. And like, what more do you want? What more do you want than an overpaid rich company being told to give back money? Like, it's a win for everybody. We get to live cleaner and longer lives, and they get less money.
True.
That means soon your fuel in your car will be cheaper.
Hopefully.
So there we go. Fucking great story.
What do you think of that, Titan? The whole carbon neutral and stuff.
I mean, gas out here is fucking outrageous right now. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think the lowest I saw was 302. The highest I saw was 320.
God damn, it's like 289 by me.
Yeah, it's like expensive as hell where I am. So I mean, gas companies suck anyway, so they can give anybody the money they want.
Yeah.
Would you go electric if it was like, see if it was like a proper viable option, like it was proper everything?
Yeah.
You could get the same amount of miles for like your charge up than you would in a tank of fuel. Would you and it was going to cost you 70 grand for the car? Like, would you switch if it was like a viable option?
Yeah, 100%.
What is it that stops you? Is it just the fact that it's 70 grand for a car, or you only get 20 miles?
I don't have 80 grand, sorry.
Yeah.
You ain't rolling in that Twitch money?
No, Kanye has all my money.
Damn Yeezys.
Kanye stole all the money, sorry.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It's the big thing. Like over here, we are starting to get like the wee Toyota Aygo and all that. That's like 7,000-8,000, and it's an electric car. Or you're starting to get a lot more of the hybrids. But I think it's still one of the ones, as much as like a hybrid still uses fuel, so like it's no fully electric. But I think what the problem is the electric cars, you are only still getting like 200 miles, and then you're like, but then I need to charge it for 8 hours.
Yeah, so, I think you hit the nail on the head with the limiting factors of electric cars. Is one, they're financially prohibitive right now to get a one that can do the things that an internal combustion engine can do, like performance wise, range, things like that. A cost to buy one that's decent is really difficult. But then to that end too, I also feel that we won't be able to completely eliminate petrol vehicles, because the more we move into like the electric car and like electric vehicles, the more stress it puts on our power grids, and the more vulnerable our power grids can be. And a couple months, like last month, the Pentagon or somebody released a report about how a company basically, or no, it wasn't last month, it was a couple weeks ago, where a hacker group shut down a pipeline and fuel was restricted. And then you look at what happened down in Texas when their power grid was overwhelmed. So the devil.
That quick.
Go ahead.
The thing with that, but is that no more on the country's viewpoint? Because see, Scotland itself, Scotland can run itself twice over a year with the power that it brings in through water and wind. Now, I understand that Scotland's got a shit ton of water around it and a shit ton of wind. That's fair enough. But we are set, like Scotland as a country is self-sustainable in energy. because we have the electric power. Like, we literally, like, sell our electricity to surrounding countries. It's
That's
the same
'cause
with
you're
France.
small.
France literally actually ship energy to England through ADM, which is it's a French company. But it's like, could it be that up until now, the USA as a whole still hasn't got on board of oil is not the way, and to start, because you do often hear that when you think that, like,
Well, America's
renewable
green,
energy
so
in America, it's like, no, wind power is the devil, and they're going to put fucking
turbines.
tracking devices into their water source to monitor where you are when they're trying to make water energy. Like, that's all you ever really hear. And when you're here in other countries, like, I know Scotland's small, but Scotland can still be self-sustainable.
Yeah.
In the grand scheme of things, America has a lot of fucking ocean around it as well.
Yeah, but I think
Not wrong.
I think the point I was making more is, as we move more and more to an electric based locomotion system through vehicles and whatnot, we have to address the reality that cyber terrorism and being able to shut down a power grid via online sources is a reality that I don't think we're ready to confront yet, because the infrastructure is behind. Granted, I would love to make the move to electric cars if, one, they were affordable and they performed to the level that most gas vehicles do, 100%. Like, all day, sign me up. Yep, but there are very real infrastructure risks that are posed that we have to address before we can just be like, oh, well, get rid of all the cars. Because if, God's forbid, something happens and a ne'er-do-well does hijack a power grid, you then basically grind the country to a halt in some aspects, don't you?
I mean, I'm not trying to get my kidnapped by my own car. I'm putting that out there too, so.
Facts.
Well, yeah, I can see how that is, but at the same time, it seems like quite a far-fetched... Like, I know there is arseholes out in the world that would go out their way to shut down Toyota fucking cars in New York. Like, I can understand that that is a potential thing, but at the same time, the other aspect is, in Scotland, we are self-sustainable, but we have a backup.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if shit went down, there is a bit, because if we're using renewable energy to run everything else, the unrenewable energy isn't getting wasted. That means that if there is a shitstorm, it's still there. The problem that there is that you have to look at is, if you don't make that switch soon, you're not going to have your power now or the backup if you do switch. So it is a kind of, you're going to have to just pick then, because either way you're fucked. But what kind of fuck do you want to be? Do you want to be fucked in that you might not be able to drive your car for 2 days, or you want to be fucked where everything doesn't work?
No, I agree. I'm all for cutting those carbon emissions and having companies become carbon neutral. I was playing devil's advocate because that's the argument that's going to be made.
Yeah.
And between the three of us, we just debunked that argument. So if the three of us...
We also have to remember that they're looking at 2050. That's 29 years away. That's a long time to improve online security, which everybody has. Like, you look at like the stalker thing and the Twitch thing and all that. It is an active thing that people are looking at, is online security has to be better.
Mm-hmm.
So by 2050, we might have all that in place where hackers can go in and murder you with your toaster.
Dox will be 80 by then.
You know, fuck you, Titan. I'm not that old. 29 years from now, I will be...
He'll have a powered wheelchair flying around everywhere.
Fuck you. 29 years from now, I will just be edging...
He doesn't want to say it because he knows it's closer to 80.
Shut up. Fuck both of y'all. Fuck all of y'all. We're moving on. Next story. Fuck off. We're off this topic. Y'all are assholes. But no, I think it's a conversation to be had, most definitely. Carbon neutral is a good thing. But carbon neutral without proper infrastructure and safety is just as bad as we are now. So,
and America's not good with safety or infrastructure. So
fuck yeah, we're the worst. we're a bunch of as Chris say, we are the Florida of the world.
Facts.
Yeah.
And it's sad, but
I
you know, it is
stand
what
by
it
that
is.
statement.
So,
Like, come at me, I'll fucking fight.
well, my buddy Rev might fight you because he loves Florida.
Well, you can love Florida all you want, but it doesn't mean that the rest of us have to.
Facts.
You're gonna be in Florida with all the old retirees too, so relax.
Yeah, no shit. So here's a story that caught my eye. It says limb different gamer wins confidence in fans with bionic arm after having a rough time in school. This story came across and caught my interest because one, we were having Titan on and it was a gamer story, and two, I'm limb different. So basically, what limb different means is somebody who does not have your typical limb. What?
What?
Hey, Chris, you see that? Right there. Double mids, okay? Go fuck yourself. So anybody who has an Ultimate Titan's over there dying. Anybody who has...
You didn't hear what he said?
I know, I completely missed it because I was trying to introduce a topic like a professional, Chris. Remember that, okay? Anyway, it says a gamer, as a youngster, bullied because they were born without a hand, finally feels their disability isn't a hindrance. Now, one, I will take umbrage with that statement because if you feel your disability is a hindrance, you definitely weren't raised like I was because I have disabilities and they aren't hindrances. But I'm not going to argue with that. The reason they feel confidence now is they are fitted with a bionic arm that was inspired hugely by a popular video game. Now, for those of you that haven't seen the article... it is a black and red bionic arm. Could anybody take a stab in the dark? What game may have inspired this gamer's bionic arm?
I'm not going to say it because I've got the link on.
What game? Fine. For those of you that are playing the home game, it was Metal Gear Solid. The gamer...
Just read the last 3 words of the link in chat, by the way.
Chris... I'm trying
solid gear for you.
I'm trying to boost the engagement, encourage conversation. You're over there fucking everything up.
Engagement
You're not.
Chat, you know, see, I'm having a great time with chat right now.
You're the worst right now. You're the worst. But Lincoln Olive, who identifies as a non-binary gamer, was born with a congenital limb difference, and said they used to hide their disability before they received their arm. Now, I have been bullied for my deformities as well, so I can relate to this. Like, kids are brutal, man. And I didn't feel I had to hide anything, but I could see why this person would.
Yeah.
But now that they've been equipped with an arm that they, that they feel makes them complete or gives them confidence, that's a good thing, right?
Definitely. Like anything that can bestow confidence in you and your life.
Metal or is it plastic?
Well,
not like plastic, but you know what I mean.
It looks to be like a polycarbonate and whatnot. It doesn't look like metal at all from what I've seen.
Fuck, it's got like Iron Man.
Yeah, it's got the Iron Man light up and shit. I kind of want to follow this person on Instagram when I get done.
That just made me deaf.
But yeah, here's the kicker though. This person
the video and I got deaf.
$11,000 for the bionic arm though. That's a hefty chunk of change right there.
Free on the NHS.
Well, yeah, it covers their whole arm though, I think.
Yeah, it goes pretty much like right here, just past the elbow. It looks like.
Yeah,
that's not bad. It's filled with the tech behind it is really interesting too, because as I read through it, it says that where is it? I read the article before. Now you guys got me off my game with your little fucking persnickety comments.
Little fucking.
Shut
up!
I
don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm trying to. Okay, it says.
You're trying to what?
Shut up! I'm trying to read. Trying to tell you how the fucking arm works, you assholes.
She said it now. I think I put a wee bit too much vodka in my.
A little bit. You're getting a little.
I just apologize.
It says the arm is custom built and uses myoelectric servos to read electric outputs of the muscles that can be converted into bionic hand movements. Which this isn't a technology that we haven't talked about or haven't seen before. The fact that they have a sensor that can read the electrical output of a muscle and then translate those electrical output through complex computing into semi-natural movements is really cool. And the gamer, and I'm trying to be like specific because they identify a certain way so I don't get murdered. They said that it was inspired by Venom Snake. Now, I haven't played Metal Gear Solid in like 20 years. So
I feel like this is more Full Metal Alchemist than Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, that like when I read the referencing Venom Snake, I didn't think that. I thought Iron Man with the way it was designed.
Yeah.
But I mean, inspiration is one thing, but the fact that like this person got an arm, and I don't know if it was donated or they purchased it by the company. I'm trying to see how they got, because $11,000 ain't something you just got lying around for a bionic arm. Like,
I feel like it probably raised, right? I would think.
Yeah, I'd imagine raised, or even the parents might have thymied their insurance or something like that, just as like to give their kid.
well, I'm trying to peruse the article fast to try and see where it came from. Yeah, as far as I can tell,
Doesn't really say.
It doesn't say how they got a hold of the arm, but the fact that we have such state-of-the-art prosthetics now that will function to near equal or equal to what a natural hand and arm will. It opens up the realm of possibilities for, you got soldiers, you got kids, you got accident victims, and it looks like the arm hasn't hurt their profile online either, because it appears that they've gotten more than 1 million views and their videos have been seen by people all over the world. So not only is it improving her quality of life, but their quality of life. It's also spreading positivity about prosthetics and amputees, because back in the day when you saw an amputee or somebody when I was a kid, it was, oh, don't go near them, they were a bad person, something bad happened to them, right? Or they did some shady shit to lose an arm, right?
Yeah.
Now having somebody who's like an influencer of a TikTok generation, who's a gamer, kind of shifting that sort of stigma of, oh, you lost a limb, what happened to you, is also beneficial, I feel, because when I was a kid, we weren't taught to be real understanding towards different. Like, kids were brutal back in the day. Like, they teased everybody.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Kids were assholes back in like these kids now are 100% worse than back then, because our parents actually cared about us back then, but like these kids probably worse than what we were back in the day.
Yeah, but so I think somebody like this who can be an ambassador to show that they're different, but that doesn't mean that they need to be pitied or bullied. That just because they're different doesn't mean they can't be successful or they can't be just as talented as an able-limbed or a limb normal person.
Yeah,
kind of
100%.
It's kind of intriguing to me. But then that brings up the in the article it says that their disability was a hindrance. I don't like that, because I have missing toes, I have missing fingers, my kids all have special needs through mental health. I've never once was raised or thought of my differences as a hindrance, more as like something that I just needed to learn to cope with. And maybe it's the way the article is written that kind of sets me off, because I don't know if they feel that way, but like, if you feel your disability is a hindrance, then why?
You're not accepting of yourself.
Yeah. I think that's what I was trying to get, is like, how is it a hindrance to you? It's you, right?
Yep.
I don't know. It's
But
an
I think
interesting
it's
article.
in that sense, it's more about what society kind of makes you think.
You think so?
Like when you were talking about earlier on that in some games you're made to feel as if like you're lesser than a gamer because you don't have a certain skin, you don't have a certain gun.
Right.
I think this is a similar thing in that it's not her person or them personally that believes that, it's that it's sort of instilled upon them, that it's like, as you said, they were bullied like relentlessly. So like it gets to a point where you start kind of going, fuck, the only way I'm going to have a decent life is if this was the year, this was
Yeah, if
the
this was
thing.
different,
Yeah, so
why wasn't I born with an arm, or why wasn't I born with, all
Yeah,
that stuff?
there's some quotes that says, "I got bullied because of my arm, which led me to have a lack of confidence in myself. I doubted myself and just wanted to fit in with able-bodied people." I don't. I never felt that way. I always felt that I could be as good or better. And I could see when you're being constantly beat down, bullying is a bitch. They
Yeah.
go on to say I would wear this this cosmetic prosthetic which looked like a hand, and I would wear a jacket over it because of the bullying experience. That to me, I'd have been like, yeah, it's a fake hand. Get the fuck over it. Move on.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
You just gotta be more confident in yourself, even though you're being bullied.
yeah, and I'm not trying to be a dick. It's just
No.
like I think people who are different or have challenges that are different not only need to believe in themselves, but they have to have a support network around them that allows them and empowers them to be confident. And now that she has
100%.
they I keep fucking it up and I apologize. They have the bionic arm, they feel finally where they do have that they're over that mental hurdle of having to hide it. They can be proud of it. It looks cool. It functions normal, so they do have the confidence. And the only thing I question is, why didn't you have that around you as a kid? Like,
Yeah, like what were your parents or siblings doing?
what were your friends
Or
doing?
not. Right, that too, yeah. But like what were
Yeah,
your
it could
parents
just
or friends
be
not doing?
yeah, it could just be that the balance wasn't there.
Yeah,
Like they didn't have like their parents could have been the most supportive parents in the world,
But there
but
was
if
more
you've got
bully.
if you've got two parents that are trying to be supportive and 10 assholes being
Yeah.
assholes,
Yeah.
and especially at a young age, like
You don't know any better.
it's difficult to kind of just go, oh well, you should just get over it.
Yeah.
Like it's like people are depressed, or just don't be sad. Like, oh gee, thanks, I wish I'd thought of that
Thanks,
before.
dickhead.
Like,
yeah, and I'm not
like
trying. I'm not
people,
trying to say that.
yeah, but I know that's not what you were meaning. But I think that's it. Is it's just they've probably they. I mean, it's just speculation because the story doesn't really say anything. But it could just be that their support system just wasn't as vast as that like yours or someone else's is.
Yeah.
Like you hear that story a lot where you could have the most loving parents, the most loving
Mhm.
family, the most loving friends, but if it's just not the same, or it's not as good as the other outsiders, then it's going to be a tough time. But like the main thing is that they've been able to find a
Yeah.
reason and a thing that's got them that confidence to kind of go. Like I think just they say that they've been cosplaying as well with her.
Yep.
Just
Yeah.
in costumes and that, and you're like, ah, fucking amazing! Like, fucking kick that ass.
Yeah, it's a unique story because I wanted to highlight some of the negative because in the end, like you just highlighted, there is a triumphant coming out. Like there is the cosplaying of the prosthetic arm. There is that leading from the front sort of mentality now of showing off the prosthetic arm, going, look, I can do it too. And the fact that our tech is so advanced now to be able to produce that, to produce something that is functional and cool, I'm all for it. And I think there should be more of this, like
100%.
more prosthetic research, because one of the most debilitating things you can do is take away somebody's agency and their ability to care for themselves. So if for me, like if I was to lose, my left hand, I'd be fucked because my right hand is just a claw. But now, if I were to lose my left hand, I'd be like, all right, well, let's strap a prosthetic to this bitch and let's go. Because the tech is there enough where you can do that. And that's amazing, and that's why I wanted to highlight it. And the fact that this person's a gamer and a cosplayer is like, yeah, let's go. I'm all in. And it's really cool, and I think it's interesting that stories like this are not Robodoxia, right? I think stories like this, it took me a while to kind of bounce around. But when I found it, I thought it was cool because it hits because I am limb different. And I do know the struggle that they had of bullying and whatnot. But I wasn't different enough to require a prosthetic. But even if I was, I probably would have punched him with the prosthetic, to be honest with you.
As soon as I got it.
I'm like, wham!
What now, bitch?
Him. Yeah, exactly. So, I don't know, man. It's a great story. And there's a lot of conversation around it. Like, what was the support network? Like, how does the arm function? And I think a person like this can be an ambassador to start those conversations and be like, yes, this is what it does. This is what I struggled with. This is where I am now. So I think it's awesome, personally. So that being said, I think we're gonna wrap it up here. I would like to thank Titan Naughty for hanging out with us and being awesome. Titan, tell the people who you are, where they can find you, and how they can reach out to you.
I am TitanNaughty23. I stream on Twitch. You can find me on Twitter. Same thing, TitanNaughty23. I have a couple YouTube videos up as well. I normally stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at like 7 p.m. Eastern. Wednesdays are normally 5. I'm usually beating Chris at chess. Yeah, other than that, hope to see you guys there.
Oh, yeah.
Appreciate the time on here.
Oh, yeah. You're always welcome. Chris, where can they find you? Where can they reach out to you?
As of 30 seconds ago, I have retired from all gaming and streaming platforms. I've decided you just can all go fuck yourselves.
He's so polite.
No, well, I'm Chris. You can catch me on Twitter. You can get me on Twitch. I stream when I want to.
Wow.
He's still learning. Learning chess.
I'll normally tweet out to say that I'm going to be going online at a certain time, and then if you add normally between 2 and 4 hours onto that time, that's when I'll go online.
Just late to the party.
I mean, you get me here. Tuesdays I play with Zim at Final Fantasy. Fridays I'm on horrors, and Wednesdays I'm on getting my ass kicked at chess. Apparently,
Bad Bitch Tuesdays.
So
I love the VOD, Chris. If you want me to pull it up.
Nah, I'm good.
I'm gonna have to go watch that VOD now. I'm gonna have to go watch that VOD for shits and giggles. Well said, boys. Well said. I, as always, am DoxRyan. You can find me at Twitch on DoxRyan, at YouTube DoxRyan. You can follow me on Twitter. You know, the branding is all the same because branding.
Yeah, we don't like that. We don't like to complicate things.
Yeah, right. Keep it simple. Keep it simple, stupid. Like I said, boys, great show. Titan, amazing conversation as always. Good spending time with you. I don't get a lot of chance to drop in on you because you and I are usually streaming about the same time. But whenever I get a chance, I always have a good time talking with you, man. Thank you for coming on, Chris. You can go fuck yourself.
I agree.
Okay. Say goodbye, boys. We're gonna wrap it up.
Later, everyone.
We'll see you guys next week. We appreciate you having you. Later.